consumed entire cities and was fought on every continent except Antarctica. Today, National VJ Day, Victory Over Japan Day. On this Tuesday, September the 2nd edition of The Joe Show. Our phone number to call in this morning is 859-238-WHIR, 238-9447, as we start you off this morning playing the national anthem. It's brought to you by Bob Allen Motor Mall and the Hometown Radio Network, and here it is.
The Bob Allen Motor Mall and Hometown Radio Network proudly honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Bob Allen Motor Mall, Hometown Radio Network, teaming up every morning to honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Phone number to call in this morning is 859-238-WHIR. That's 238-9447 as we celebrate birthdays on this second day of September. All right, birthdays on September the 2nd look like this. Josh Bertram celebrates a birthday today. You can hear Josh during the Boyle County football broadcasts on Z105 alongside his dad, the Big Daddy, and Radio Rick. Gary Nyman celebrates a birthday today. So does Barry Pill, Roger Fox, and Rachel McCard. Again, 859-238-WHIR. Phone number to call in this morning, 238-9447. Call them in. Get your B-days and your anniversaries on the radio here. Happy birthday! Happy birthday! It's a Tuesday. It's the second day of September, and we're so glad you're on the show with us this morning. Couple of other birthdays just added to our list. Let's give them a shout-out today is Rick White, Zach Clements, and Wanda Mattingly on our birthday list today as well. Again, 859-238-WHIR is your phone number to call in on this Tuesday morning. Typical Tuesday we have lined up for you this morning. First guest is on here at 7:10. That's Boyle County head football coach Justin Haddix, who joins the show. We'll talk Rebel football. Got a big win over LCA on Friday night, and they've got Lexington Catholic now this Friday. And we'll talk with Coach Haddix about that at 7:10. Danville head football coach Steve Stonebreaker joins the show at 7:20 this morning. Talking Admiral football. Danville is at Anderson County this Friday. Admirals are 2-0. And we'll have Coach Stonebreaker on here this morning at 7:20. 7:40 County Agents Corner brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market. And this week is, I believe, Lincoln County week, if I'm not mistaken. And we'll have Tyler Miller join the show this morning at 7:40. 8 o'clock in the morning hour this morning, 8:10. We've got Colleen. Boyle County Public Library is on here this morning at 8:10. 8:20, Randyisms, the thoughts of Randy Graham and Randy Graham's Thoughts, Tuesdays and Thursdays. We'll have him on at 8:20. 8:40, James the Gardener's on here, gardening with James. And 9 o'clock in the morning hour this morning, 9:10, Dusty's on here. Kentucky Music Preview, number 1 this week. He's on Tuesdays and Fridays, so Dusty will join us at 9:10. And Ann Yeager joins us for a Tuesday with Stith this morning at 9:35. That's the rundown of today's show. We'd love to have you on 859-238 WHIR Sports. As always, starts us off. The Reds beat the Blue Jays. Bill Belichick debuts as North Carolina head football coach, and Matthew Stafford should be good to go for Week 1. Those are the headlines on this Tuesday morning. I'm Joe Mathis, guiding you through these Tuesday morning sports, starting off in Major League Baseball, where Noelvi Marte hit a game-ending 2-run single after Cincinnati lost the tying run on a rare lodged ball call, and the Reds rallied to beat the Blue Jays 5-4 following a ninth-inning bullpen meltdown. Toronto's AL East lead was cut to 2.5 games, while the Reds remained 4 games back of the Mets in the wild card. Cincinnati led 2-1 before back-to-back homers in the ninth by Bo Bichette, who had a 2-run homer off Emilio Pagan for his 4th hit, and Dalton Varsho. Cabrian Hayes singled off Tommy Nance, leading off the bottom half, and Matt McClain singled with 1 out. Brendan Little, who's 4-2, relieved, and TJ Friedel doubled into the right center field corner as Hayes and McClain crossed the plate. After a video review, umpires ruled that because the ball lodged in the gap in the fence, each runner could only advance 2 bases, causing McClain to be sent back to third. Marte then singled to left as McClain went home, and Friedel slid in head first ahead of Miles Straw's throw, which was slightly up the third baseline to give the Reds a 5-4 win. In college football last night, from start to finish, the whole thing was kind of weird. Watching Bill Belichick follow North Carolina out of the tunnel for the season opener against TCU was jarring, even for the better part of a year after his arrival, demanding you finally come to grips with the fact that this is something that's actually happening, Belichick in college football. And then the game started. Good vibes started for North Carolina. They led 7-0 and then forced a punt to get the ball back. However, it was all TCU after that, who scored the next 41 points and won 48-14. The 48 points were the most UNC had allowed in a season opener in program history. Not once in his 511 career NFL head coaching career had Belichick allowed that many points. On the heels of a dismal end to his NFL career, last night's matchup gave Belichick a prime opportunity to start rewriting his narrative. Instead, the debut was a debacle. In the National Football League, the LA Rams expect Matthew Stafford to start at quarterback in Week 1 against the Houston Texans. Sean McVay said, quote, he'll be good. He also said he expects Stafford to participate in the full week of practice leading up to Sunday's game. The 39-year-old coach did not say whether he anticipated Stafford would be a limited or full participant in the practice sessions. Stafford, who's 37, missed the first few weeks of Rams training camp while dealing with an aggravated disc in his back. And staying in the NFL, Aaron Rodgers has been named one of the Steelers' captains ahead of the first season with the team. The Steelers hold a player vote to select their captains each season. Typically, the team chooses 1 offensive captain, 2 defensive captains, and 1 special teams captain. Rodgers was chosen by his teammates to be Pittsburgh's lone offensive captain for the 2025 season. Those are the headlines on this Tuesday morning. I'm Joe Mathis for the Hometown Radio Network.
Did you know that WHIR AM 1230 is the talk of the town? We're not spreading gossip. We're just letting you know where the best talk radio is found all day, every day. Mornings begin with Danville's own Joe Mathis and The Joe Show.
Hey, this is Joe Mathis.
Wake up to what you missed. News, weather, sports, and local guests. Followed by Kentucky Sports Radio with Matt Jones.
Welcome, everyone. Kentucky Sports Radio. I'm Matt Jones.
Then, the man who has an opinion about everything, Tomas Mauricio.
I'm Tomas Mauricio. I invite you to tune in.
Starting at noon with Advocates for America. Then at 3, it's the best-known name in news, Sean Hannity.
Join me, Sean Hannity, on WHIR.
Then, Joe Pag starts off weekday evenings at 6 with his take on the day's news, mixed with his fun parody songs about the news.
Hey, it's Joe Pag on WHIR.
Afterwards, at 10, it's the unique world of John B. Wells on WHIR with his Caravan to Midnight show.
This is John B. Wells, WHIR, AM 1230 and FM 103.9.
These guys guests have a lot to say, and they'll be glad to have you join them every weekday on your home for news, talk, sports. AM 1230, WHIR, the talk of the town.
Former CIA officer Jason Hansen here. In my line of work, I've seen firsthand how fast the world can change. With rising geopolitical tensions and inflation eating your buying power, it's time to take action. For me, that means gold. And for gold, I exclusively trust Advantage Gold. I urge you to do the same. Call them now at 800-900-8000 for a free gold guide to discover the security that comes with owning precious metals. Again, call 800-900-8000 today.
Paid for by Advantage Gold. Performance may vary. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Always consult your financial and tax professional.
Football season is back on Prize Picks. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. So don't miss any of the action this season with Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use my code ROAM and get $50 in bonus credit instantly in lineups when you play $5. That's code ROAM on Prize Picks to get $50 bonus credit instantly in lineups when you play $5. Win or lose, you'll get $50 bonus credit in lineups just for playing. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. You do have to be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Maybe it began with a little girl and her tin can microphone on the front porch of a log cabin in the Great Smoky Mountains. But it wouldn't be long before the crowd she dreamed of followed her home to Dollywood, where the memories we share will live in our hearts forever. Experience the incredible resorts, award-winning festivals, thrilling rides, and live shows with those you love most. Plan your trip at Dollywood.com.
This Joe Show Weather Report is brought to you by...
Okay, Rayleigh Joffa's coming your way courtesy of Danville Auto Body Shop. Top-of-the-line collision and auto body repair. Head to the mechanics over at Dabs. Danville Auto Body Shop, 315 Dilla Hay. Get a free estimate, and they work with your insurance company, fixing water leaks, window motor repairs, hail damage, and paintless tint repair. Danville Auto Body Shop. Sunshine, 83 is your high. Low tonight, 57. Tomorrow, sunshine and 83. Best chance of rain showers moves in here on Thursday, where 75 is the high, but about a half an inch of rain is possible. Right now, 6:25 in the morning, 58 degrees. Tuesday, the second day of the month of September. So glad you're on the Joe Show this morning. Celebrity birthdays look like this. 61 years old today for actor Keanu Reeves. He's been in the movies Bill and Ted, Point Break, Speed, Dangerous Liaisons, The Matrix franchise, Always Be My Maybe, Constantine, and John Wick series, as well as his new movie, Ballerina. Keanu Reeves, 61 years old today.
How do I start doing what you do?
Looks like you already have. That door will lock sooner than you think. You can still leave. You still have a choice.
Keanu Reeves, 61 years old today. Other celebrity birthdays include Pro Football Hall of Famer Terry Bradshaw, turned 77 today. The Steelers quarterback who led the team to 4 Super Bowl championships after the team selected him first overall in the 1970 NFL Draft. He also became widely popular as a Fox Sports analyst after retirement. Still is. Terry Bradshaw, 77 years old today. And heavyweight boxing champion Lennox Lewis is 60, a 3-time world heavyweight champion. A 2-time lineal champion, remains the last heavyweight to hold the undisputed title. Holding dual British and Canadian citizenship, he represented Canada at the 1988 Summer Olympics as an amateur at that point, and won a gold medal in the super heavyweight division after beating future world champion Riddick Bowe in the final. Lennox Lewis, 60 years old today. Celebrity birthdays on this Tuesday, the second day of the month of September. There you go.
In country music.
All right then, Mr. Voice. It was on this day, country music history, looking back at the year 1972, where Don Gibson went number 1 on the country charts with the song Woman, Sensuous Woman. It was on this day, country music history, 1982, where Willie Nelson went number 1 on this day with Always on My Mind. And it was on this day, 1996, Clint Black released the song Like the Rain as the first single from his Greatest Hits compilation album. And that's what's gone on this date, September 2nd, country music history. Starting off on this date back in 1972, where Don Gibson went number one with Woman, Sensuous Woman.
Sensuous woman.
And Don Gibson's final number one of the country charts has also been covered by Ray Charles on his 1984 album, Do I Ever Cross Your Mind, later covered as well by Mark Chestnut. Don Gibson, this date, 1972, 53 years ago. This song went number one, Woman, Sensuous Woman.
Release my body and let me live again. And step by step, you taught me easy loving.
It was on this day, country music history, 1982, where this artist went number one on the country album charts for this one.
Maybe I didn't love you.
Yeah, Willie Nelson, Always on My Mind, would later be the number one album of the year back in 82. The album spent 22 weeks at number one, stayed for a total of 253 weeks on the top 40 album charts. This song right here, originally recorded by Brenda Lee 10 years prior in 1972, and has since been recorded by dozens of performers, but it's Willie Nelson who really made it famous. On this date, 82, Always on My Mind, went number one in the country album charts.
You were always on my mind. You were always on my mind.
And it was on this day, country music history, 1996, where Clint Black released this one, Like the Rain. It became his 23rd chart single, his 10th number one hit on the country songs charts. At the 1997 Grammys, this song was also nominated for the Best Male Country Vocal Performance. On this date, 96, Clint Black released it.
Like the rain till I walk through it with you. I hear it falling in the night, filling up my mind, all the heaven.
And that's what's gone on this day, September 2nd, country music history. It's 6:30 in the morning. KNN News comes your way now.
On the window pane.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
A hiker has died after falling 40 feet Saturday afternoon in the Red River Gorge. The hiker is said to have fell from the Whittletown Arch, according to Powell County Search and Rescue. Witnesses say about 25 to 30 people were nearby when it happened. Crews found the man in critical condition on the rocks underneath the arch. He was airlifted to UK Hospital, where he later died from his injuries. The identity of the hiker has not been released at this time. A woman has died after a pack of dogs attacked her Friday afternoon. That took place around 2:30 as 44-year-old Priscilla Jones walked along Sandy Branch in the Flat Lick community. That's when the pack of dogs attacked, forcing her to scream for help. She couldn't communicate with first responders after the attack. Jones was taken to Barberville ARH Hospital, where she was later pronounced dead. The Knox County Sheriff's Office continues to investigate. Meantime, a person airlifted to a hospital after their kayak capsizes near the Wolf Creek Dam Monday morning. Russell County Search and Rescue officials found the person with a personal flotation device and was pulled out of the water by a nearby boater. That person reportedly ingested a life-threatening amount of water. They were airlifted to UK Hospital in critical condition. There's been no update on this individual. And Laurel County Police arrest a man after a traffic safety checkpoint taking place after midnight Sunday morning. Officers stopped a vehicle with 39-year-old Brian D. Winberry of Richmond as the passenger. A K-9 unit got the scent of narcotics and led officers to a white substance in a plastic bag carried in Winberry's pants pocket. Police reported more of the substance was also found in a gold container where Winberry was sitting. He was arrested and taken to the Laurel County Detention Center for charges of public intoxication and cocaine possession. I'm Lee Mowen.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Speed Queen is sold exclusively at Carl Day's Danville hometown store on Houstonville Road.
How are Speed Queen machines designed, built, and tested for longevity? Our machines are built from commercial-grade steel parts from top to bottom. Our machines are built better to last longer.
Speed Queen has a stainless steel tub with a lifetime warranty. Speed Queen's agitator has a 210-degree power stroke. Speed Queen's transmission has a 10-year limited warranty. Speed Queen, superb quality, incredible value.
Speed Queen is sold exclusively at Carl Day's Danville hometown store on Houstonville Road.
When it comes to your money, there's a lot to think about. Paying bills, setting a family budget, and retirement. Farmers National Bank cares about your financial well-being and is here to help. Visit the bank's website at fnbky.com to check out their financial wellness section with short videos on budgeting, saving, paying off debt, and more. You can also stop into a branch or call to ask the bank's financial professionals for advice. Farmers National Bank, your lifetime bank. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. Kentucky State Police is warning people of attempted fraudulent sales of land in Garrett County. KSP says that in these cases, scammers are attempting to sell property they do not own by creating false listings and posing as licensed realtors. KSP says you can protect yourself by always verifying the seller's identity and confirming property ownership through the clerk's office. Be cautious of listing or prices that seem too good to be true, and never exchange money or personal information until all details have been properly verified. Lincoln County Schools is back next Monday after a long delay to begin the school year due to unforeseen conditions discovered during the ongoing renovation process at the high school. The beginning of the school year is almost here. School at Lincoln County begins next Monday, September 8th. Meanwhile, the board has already agreed to begin phase 2 of the renovation process, which includes a new and safer high school front entrance plaza with concrete work, turf infills for both baseball and softball, in addition to the field house to better serve students and athletes. A Lexington man has died after a car crash on I-75. It happened on Sunday on I-75 North near mile marker 124 when a witness told the sheriff's office that a car appeared to be speeding when it exited the road and hit a rock, which caused that vehicle to flip. The coroner's office identified the victim as 63-year-old Lexington native Wesley Keith Ritchie. Ritchie was pronounced dead on scene. Garrett County deputies came together to help out one of their own. The Garrett Sheriff's Office said that one of their deputies, Jason Poole, was recently injured and faces a long road to recovery. In an effort to ease those challenges, deputies and staff members from the Garrett Sheriff's Office spent a day helping Poole with yard work and building a ramp for easier access to the home. The Sheriff's Office emphasized that their effort reflects not just a commitment to service to the community, but to one another as well. And it's September, and as we flip the calendar, we will get some much-needed rain. After an August that will go down as the second driest on record in the Lexington area, we expect rain showers to hit us this Thursday, as well as another quick-moving system in here on Friday. We do expect highs toward the weekend to get to the upper 60s and low 70s, and lows in the 40s. I'm Joe Mathis.
Hi, I'm Brent Blevins, Public Health Director for your Boyle County Health Department. The health and safety of our residents is of great importance to me. Each year, lives are lost due to lung cancer, many of which are preventable. That is something that I would like to see change. Lung cancer deaths associated with smoking and exposure to radon gas are considered by the Environmental Protection Agency as the foremost contributing factors in causing lung cancer. This is where the Boyle County Health Department can help. We have smoking cessation classes beginning often, and the entire program only lasts 13 weeks. Imagine how much better you can feel in just a few short weeks. Also, our environmental staff has information on radon indoor air mitigation systems that can greatly reduce the risk of radon gas in your home. For more information on either of these programs, contact your Boyle County Health Department at 859-236-2053. Thank you.
Free trial is 7 days. If customer does not cancel prior to the end of a trial period, fees will apply.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. Open Phone gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. Open Phone lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you and your team can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to Need to take calls on the go? OpenPhone automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With OpenPhone's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions, and use those insights to coach your team and level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with OpenPhone. OpenPhone. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try OpenPhone for free at openphone.com/try and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's openphone.com/try. Openphone.com/TRY.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by
All right, then, brought to you by Little Sign Shop, our new owners and operators. Little Sign Shop has got you covered, doing full-color digital printing, magnetic signs, auto signage, and logo design. They're in Danville, where 2nd and 4th Streets meet. 859-238-7391. Mostly sunny, 83 and 57 is your high and low. Sunshine tomorrow, high of 83. And Thursday is where we get really the best chance of rain shower possibility, 75 degrees the high. Friday, sunshine and 85 for the first real football Friday for all the area teams playing on Friday night. Right now, 6:38 in the morning. It's 58 degrees, and Larry Vought's got Vought's Views for us today. What's up, Larry?
Vought's Views on University of Kentucky Sports is on the air. Featuring 7-time Kentucky Sports Writer of the Year, Larry Vaught.
Cole Lanner was not in uniform when Kentucky opened the season against Toledo last week and won't be in uniform Saturday when the Cats host Ole Miss. The walk-on receiver from Boyle County High School did significant damage to his knee in UK scrimmage on Fan Day and is out for the season. Coach Mark Stoops said it was disappointing to see Lanner go down because of his comeback story. Lanner was a dynamic receiver at Boyle County High School who turned down scholarship offers to walk on to Kentucky, where he eventually earned a scholarship. However, he wanted to play more and decided to transfer to Gardner-Webb for the 2024 season. It did not take long for him to realize his heart was in Kentucky, and he left Gardner-Webb before the 2024 season. He spent the 2024 football season working in Lexington, and then Stoops agreed to let him rejoin the team as a walk-on.
Vought's Views will return in a moment.
Hey, Kentucky, this is Commissioner of Agriculture Jonathan Schell. Let's give a big shout-out to our hard-working farmers. It's a busy time, and our roads are bustling with heavy farm machinery. Remember, patience is key. Take it slow, keep a safe distance, and ensure everyone gets home safely. And when you see a farmer, go ahead and give them a wave. Just make sure to use all your fingers. Let's work together for a safer Kentucky. Visit kyagr.com.
Brought to you by the Kentucky Department of Agriculture. Growing awareness, cultivating safety.
Cole Lanner met his wife, former UK softball player Taylor Epps, at UK. She transferred to Missouri for her senior season in 2025, but the two made it work. She had a great season at Missouri despite playing with a shoulder injury that recently required surgery. He will graduate in December and admits his football career might be done. He does have another year of eligibility remaining, and would not surprise me to see the former Boyle County star follow his heart and suit up one more time for the Big Blue.
Find more from Larry at yoursportsedge.com.
There you go, Larry Vaught, Vought's Views, Mondays through Fridays right here on the Joe Show at this time. They actually showed Cole Lanner in the game on Saturday, the UK and Toledo game. They had this quick little segment, if you missed it, quick little segment of all the players on both teams who had gotten married in the offseason, and Cole was one of those. And they showed Cole and his wife there, now wife, their wedding picture there. One is among the players on both teams who had gotten married there in the offseason. So way to go, Cole, and go Cats, 1-0, beating Toledo 24-16 on Saturday. They gear up now for a date with Ole Miss Saturday afternoon at 3:30. We'll have that game with a 1:30 pregame, 3:30 kickoff Saturday on Z105. Hey, I woke up on Saturday morning to my friends in our group chat saying, did President Trump die last night? There was all kinds of bizarre rumors over the weekend. They were all false, that President Trump had died over the holiday weekend. Well, check out this new game show.
It's now time for everybody's favorite game show, Am I Dead? With your host, President Donald Trump.
Hi, folks. Welcome back to Am I Dead? The game show where contestants have to guess whether or not I'm dead. Lisa, you have control of the board.
Let's do this.
All right, for $5,000. Am I dead?
Yes.
No, Lisa. I'm alive. I'm standing right here, and I'm alive. All right, round 2 for double the money. Am I dead?
Well, I saw on a random dude's Facebook account that you're dead. Even Rosie O'Donnell said you're dead, and she's never wrong, except for when she's wrong. So I'm going to say yes, you're dead.
Wow, you're pretty dumb.
Join us next time for another round of Am I Dead with President Trump.
Let's see what's going on in this morning's World of Good. Are you tired of the gloom and doom that saturates your daily news? Well, of course you are. And I'm right there with you. These stories remind us of the silver lining in the cloud over all of our heads. It's my way of sharing the good news with you, and hopefully you'll go do the same for somebody else. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up on the piano. It is Mr. Floyd Kramer for you. Here we go. Story number 1, coming from Pennsylvania, where a young boy at Hershey Park in Pennsylvania went missing and was later spotted walking along the elevated motor rail track in a secured area. I actually saw this video over the week and didn't realize that this was the story from Hersheyland Park. Staff responded. A park guest climbed onto the track, retrieved the child, and with another bystander's help, lowered him to safety. The boy was quickly reunited with his family unharmed, and Hershey Park praised both guests and staff for their swift actions. Story number 2, coming from North Carolina on Sunday. Army football player Larry Pickett Jr. of Raleigh, North Carolina, rescued a man from a burning car crash after in Fort Montgomery, New York, I should say, pulling him to safety despite live power lines. Firefighters arrived to find the vehicle fully engulfed in flames, but the man was already saved and out thanks to Pickett's quick actions. Just days after making his collegiate football debut for Army, Pickett was praised by his coach and family for his courage, selflessness, and long-standing commitment to service. And story number 3, coming from Canada, where a Canadian couple, Jim Clausen and Mirjana Komljanovich, unexpectedly became the go-to support line for Napoleon Grills after their phone number was mistakenly listed online. Rather than ignore the calls, they spent months helping hundreds of customers with troubleshooting, tips, and referrals, even forming friendships with some callers. Napoleon even corrected the error eventually and rewarded the couple with a new $2,900 grill and the title of Honorary Customer Service Ambassadors. That would happen to us frequently when I was a kid. Our phone number, our home phone number, which we no longer utilize, but was 236-8033. And I believe it was Pizza Hut's number was 236-8003. And so we'd oftentimes get calls for Pizza Hut. I'd say a couple times a month. People would call trying to get in touch with Pizza Hut, but they'd be ringing our house there on Navajo, where I lived my first 4 or 5 years of my life in the Indian Hills subdivision. And is this Pizza Hut? No, this is the Mathis house. So sorry about that. Couple accidentally becomes a grill company's helpline and then decides to help. A college football player saves a man from a fiery crash days after his first game. And a missing boy rescued from Hershey Park on the monorail tracks. That's what's going on in this morning's World of Absolute Good, folks. Floyd Kramer, take us home, buddy. It's all yours. Silliness at Sunrise is coming up next. Go. I'm looking, and it actually appears that 236-8003 is still the Pizza Hut number. Here, 30 years later, I guess there's no reason for them to change. They might as well keep the same number, but 236-8003. And in a kind of strange connection, I had Pizza Hut yesterday. I was at a friend's house swimming on Labor Day and ordered pizza. We had Pizza Hut, and it was awesome. Their new location there, like next to Buffalo Wings and Rings and Cattleman's. Now, there's no place to eat inside. It's just like a take-and-go type place. but it was really good pizza yesterday, so shout out to Pizza Hut. All right, 6:46 in the morning. Let's step aside, come back. We've got PRN's Garage Pass coming up. Silverus at Sunrise as well is right around the corner. On the Joe Show, WHIR Danville.
It's back by popular demand. Free lunch in the office from Danville Lee's Famous Recipe and the Hometown Radio Network. Now, here's how it works. Every Tuesday in September and October, Hometown Radio will reward an office up to 20 two-piece chicken dinners and Lee's Famous Tea and deliver it to you on Wednesday. Simply email radio@hometownlive.net. That's radio@hometownlive.net. Why your office deserves free lunch. Free lunch in the office has returned. A service of Danville Lee's Famous Recipe and the Hometown Radio Network. Good luck.
In Kentucky, we know the unexpected can strike at any moment, whether it's a tornado, flood, or severe storm. Being prepared could save lives. That's why it's vital to have an emergency plan. Know where your local shelter is. Keep an emergency kit with essentials like water, food, and medicine, and make sure your family has a communication plan in place. Boyle County, we're stronger when we are prepared. For more information on how to get ready, visit Boyle County Health Department's Division of Emergency Preparedness online at boylehealth.com. Stay safe, stay ready. This message was brought to you by your friends at the Boyle County Health Department.
At Darlington,
Daddy, you won the big race.
a breeze for Briscoe.
Pretty dang cool.
I'm Mark Darrow, and this is PRN's Garage Pass.
From pads and rotors to shocks and struts, coming to a full stop should never mean your business does too. At Napa, we are the pros that know brakes and suspension better than anyone. So when others are grinding their gears, our premium parts and exceptional service deliver results. Whether you're operating a local shop or managing a national fleet, Napa has exactly what you need, when and where you need it. Get the brake and suspension parts you're looking for right now at Napa.
As it turns out, one of NASCAR's toughest races was breezy easy for Chase Briscoe, as he becomes only the 8th driver in history to win 2 consecutive Southern 500s at Darlington Raceway.
Crazy. Just the fact to win one's wild. To win 2 and do it back-to-back is really wild. And even just to do it in the fashion that we did it, it's totally different than how we did it last year. So pretty dang cool. So, yeah, hopefully we can, keep it rolling.
Despite leading 309 of the 367 laps, Briscoe had Tyler Reddick breathing down his neck at the end, this after he got wrecked on the opening lap.
We were able to come back from it and score a lot of points, have a good night, all those things. Playoff-wise are great, but I really want to win the Southern 500, so I'm naturally dejected for second again.
With Briscoe winning the opening race of the playoff, he's now guaranteed a spot in the second round. On the bubble going to Gateway is Shane Van Gisbergen, who's up 3 on Joey Logano. He's joined below the cut line by Austin Dillon, Josh Berry, and Alex Bowman. Finishing 3rd and 4th Sunday night, Legacy Motor Club teammates Eric Jones and John Hunter Nemechek.
I think it says a lot to have both cars up front. Frustrated being that close, but, it was fun to run up front, so just didn't quite play out the way we needed it to.
It's really solid effort having the 42 and 43, P3, P4 here in Darlington. The Southern 500, one of the longest and toughest races of the year.
Whether your engine runs daily or only when you need it, Z-Max Micro Lubricant is the force you need against carbon buildup that can damage your engine. Combustion causes carbon and other harmful deposits to build up in your engine, fuel system, and transmission. And carbon is like sandpaper rubbing against your engine's internal parts. You don't want that. You want Z-Max Micro Lubricant. Find out more at zmax.com or visit us on Facebook and Twitter. Protect your engine to the max with Z-Max.
It was a forever memory when Chase Briscoe's nearly 4-year-old son Brooks ran to the finish line to help him celebrate well past his bedtime Sunday night, and then was asked later what he said to his father.
Daddy, you won the big race.
What did you say the pit crew did?
The pit crew got very fast.
PRN's Garage Pass. Not narrow-minded, Garrow-minded.
Serving Boyle County seniors, a gathering place.
Our Meals on Wheels program is designed for seniors 60 and up in Boyle County who struggle with food insecurity. If you think you may be eligible, call us at 859-236-2070, thegatheringplace.org, or follow us on Instagram and Facebook for more info.
Serving Boyle County seniors, a gathering place.
Every fan knows the advantages of playing on their home field. Hi, I'm Patrick McClure from McClure & Bailey. Proud to be a lifelong resident of Danville and Boyle County. Our firm can provide a variety of services to meet the legal needs of you and our community. We're all local attorneys. We understand the needs of the people from Danville and Boyle County because we are people of Danville and Boyle County. Call the hometown team of McClure & Bailey at 236-8888. Now located at 426 South 4th Street, just south of downtown Danville. Go Ads, go Cats, and go Rebels. This is an advertisement.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by
Rayleigh Chofus, brought to you by our friends over at the Big Deals online store, hometownlive.net. Shop and save on gift certificates to local businesses at big-time discounts up to 50% every single day. A Big Deal online store, hometownlive.net. All right, mostly sunny, 83 and 57 is the high and low. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, 83 is the high. Best chance of rain's Thursday, where 75 is the high. Friday, sunshine and 85. Right now, it's 6:52, 58 degrees on this Tuesday, the second day of the month of September. 100% hilarious. So bad they're good. Warning, these may make you cringe. It's time for everyone's sixth favorite segment on the Joe Show. It is the Dad Joke of the Day. Here we go.
Dad Joke of the Day.
All right, Dad Joke of the Day. Let's get it done here. I was afraid that the conductor of the train only took the job so he could steal the train. That's a scary proposition, right? The conductor of the train taking the job so he can steal the train. But then I realized that that would be a locomotive. There you go. Dad Joke of the Day. Mondays through Fridays, right here at the Joe Show at this time. WHIR Danville News Talk Sports.
Welcome to the planet of the apps. Well, there's an app called 7. It has a lot of different 7-minute exercise workouts. That's right, 7-minute exercises, and the reviews are incredible. Thumbs up, 5 stars, a variety of 7-minute workouts for different parts of the body. And the 7-minute workout is a real calorie burner. Different workouts for the arms, the chest, the legs, the buttocks area. And you don't even need Wi-Fi to use the app, too. A lot of 7-minute workouts. And what's so fabulous, you do not need any equipment. It's a free app called 7, S-E-V-E-N, a calorie burner. Time to download it? Let me know. It's Rick Dees and this molten magma every day. We call it the Planet of the Apps.
There you go, Planet of the Apps, Mondays through Fridays, right here on the Joe Show. At this time, leads us into this morning's Country Comic Spotlight, where in the spotlight is Tim. I'm sorry, I've got the wrong one here. I was going to say Tim Hamayun, but I did not pick him. I picked Bill Engvall in the Country Comic Spotlight. Bill Engvall talking about how when he gets stressed out, the way that he kind of calms down is by buying stuff. Bill Engvall, Country Comic Spotlight. Here he is.
See, I relieve my stress by buying stuff. I go to Cabela's or Bass Pro Shops. Yeah. Here's the problem. I'm an impulse buyer. I'll like, ooh, look, I bought a deer feeder. Then I think, oh, man, I got to get it home. And that drives my wife crazy because she's very much a list shopper. Like, she hates it when I get on airplanes because the airlines now have this magazine called Sky Mall Magazine. Oh, that is my crack. I know it's just crap, but it's crap I gotta have. I bought an escalator for my house just because it conveniently fits underneath the bed. That's how they get you. You ever been flipping through that magazine, not paying a bit of attention, and all of a sudden this will catch your eye. Tired of your knees touching when you sleep? Well, now that you mention it, yes, I am. And they sell some stupid stuff in there. Have you seen that rubber thing you put on your shoes? And it says, you can aerate your own lawn. Okay. How big a loser are you? Stomping around your yard. I'm saving money. Don't get me wrong, it works.
Bill Engvall, Country Comic Spotlight, Rick Dees, in this morning's Planet of the Apps and the Dad Joke of the Day, Mondays through Fridays right here on The Joe Show at this time. Usually on Mondays and Fridays, we can follow this segment up with a look at UK sports. Because we weren't on the air yesterday with it being Labor Day, we have a look at UK sports today. Tom Leach takes a look at UK football after their win over Toledo on Saturday.
Most of the talking points from Kentucky's season-opening win over Toledo focused on the offensive side of the ball. We'll talk about it coming up on a look at UK sports.
What's big, bold, and bursting with Kentucky flavor? It's the Trigg County Country Ham Festival happening October 10th and 11th in Cadiz, Kentucky. Voted best festival in Western Kentucky, it's 2 days of hometown charm, mouthwatering ham, and family-friendly fun. Get the scoop at TriggHamFest.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram for updates and sneak peeks. Come for the ham, stay for the memories.
Do I think Zach looked in rhythm today? No. Did I feel in rhythm? No. Again, I feel just like you guys. The one thing we got going is we're 1-0, and that's that, and we got to make a big jump from week 1 to week 2.
Kentucky offensive coordinator Bush Hamden there. Wildcats managed just 85 passing yards on 10 completions in the season-opening win. New QB Zach Calzada is confident improvement will come quickly.
We just got to go back and watch the film, but, we were hitting really well in camp, and, I think we just missed a couple of those by fractions. I got to give them better passes, give them a chance to go make a play. The message to the team is simple. We got to get better, and we will get better. So I'm excited to go back to practice with these guys and see what we do next Saturday.
Hey, Coach Mark Stoops said the performance by Calzada in the passing game was not good enough, but he also believes they can make substantial improvement.
I did expect the passing game to be better today. I felt like we were, off on some shots down the field. I think we connect on one or two of those that were close. I think you feel a little different. We all feel a little different. So I think working on that and trying to push the ball down the field, it was off today. And, we need to improve, and I'm sure we will.
Kentucky did roll up 220 yards on the ground, and that's the most against an FBS-level opponent since early in the 23 season when Ray Davis ran wild against Florida. That's a look at UK sports.
There it is, looking at UK sports Mondays and Fridays, but again, today being the day after Labor Day, one on the air yesterday. Get it Tuesday and Friday of this week here on The Joe Show on WHIR Danville. Coming up at the 7 o'clock in the morning hour, we're going to have Boyle County head football coach Justin Haddix on here at 7:10. 7:20 this morning, Danville head football coach Steve Stonebreaker. Admirals are heading to Anderson County on Friday, while the Rebels head to Lexington Catholic. And we'll talk with those two coaches, 7:10 for Boyle, 7:20 for Danville. County Agents Corner at 7:40 this morning as well. And things really ramp up here this next hour. Don't change that dial. We're 30 seconds away from news.
Graceland Air, a local HVAC company, offers a wide range of services and provides each customer with an effective and long-term solution in both heating and air conditioning repair. They're committed to excellence in every aspect, exceptional quality of service, high standard of integrity. You are the basis of their business, and they service all brands. Go online to graceland-ky.com for more information.
You gotta go with Graceland. Graceland Air.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
It's 7 o'clock.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. President Trump claims Washington, D.C. is now a crime-free zone, and he's pushing other Democratic-led cities to cooperate with him on crime-fighting efforts. More from Tammy Trujillo.
Trump wrote on Truth Social that D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser has become very popular because she worked with him to bring crime down to virtually nothing in D.C. He called out other Democrats who have criticized his deployment of federal troops, including Governors J.B. Pritzker of Illinois, Gavin Newsom of California, and Maryland's Wes Moore. He says they, along with Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson, spend all their time trying to justify violent crime instead of working with the White House to eliminate it. Trump closed his post by congratulating Mayor Bowser, but added, "Don't go woke on us."
Summer recess is all over for members of Congress as well. Rory O'Neill with more.
Congress took its August recess early to avoid discussing the Epstein files, but the issue will be front and center this week when some of the sex predators' victims hold a press conference on Capitol Hill. A bipartisan group of lawmakers is trying to force the White House to release all the Epstein files. Meanwhile, the clock is ticking for the House and Senate to pass continuing resolution that would avoid a government shutdown when the fiscal year comes to a close at the end of the month.
The Taliban is calling for international aid after an earthquake killed at least 800 people Sunday in Afghanistan. Mark Mayfield with more.
More than 2,800 were injured as the magnitude 6.0 quake devastated villages near the border with Pakistan. International aid has been greatly reduced since the Taliban took control of the country in 2021 as the U.S. pulled out. Humanitarian aid to Afghanistan amounts to $767 million so far this year, down from the $3.8 billion in 2022. I'm Mark Mayfield.
Stock futures are down a bit after Friday's court ruling that most of President Trump's global tariffs are illegal. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Hard to provide a better life for your family. The only problem is that you now have a tax bill that you can't afford to pay. The IRS is now threatening to garnish your wages and put a levy on your bank account. You can't ignore the IRS. They won't go away on their own. You need help, and you need it now. Call the Tax Pros at United Tax Fix today. Call 800-762-2768. That's 800-762-2768.
There are buttons to button, snacks to prepare, math problems to help with, and boo-boos to kiss. If you have people who need you need life insurance. Talk to a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent about a policy that protects the ones you love. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment. The amount of life insurance coverage that you may qualify for or apply for is subject to medical and financial underwriting by Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance.
Governors from New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, and Massachusetts zeroed in on the offshore wind sector this Labor Day weekend. More from Chris Caraggio.
Governors Kathy Hochul, Phil Murphy, Ned Lamont, and Maura Healey issued a joint statement calling all physical laborers the backbone of the economy. They went on to say labor is on the front lines in the offshore wind industry, with 5,000 workers directly involved in building what they say will be a new American industry across dozens of states. The governors called on the Trump administration to uphold offshore wind permits that have already been granted and allow construction to continue. They also reaffirmed their unwavering support to working people and the unions that represent them.
President Trump is taking to social media to announce that he'll award the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the nation's highest civilian honor, to Rudy Giuliani. Sarah Lee Kessler with more.
The news comes 2 days after New York City's former mayor and Trump lawyer was seriously injured in a New Hampshire car crash after his rental car was rear-ended. The 81-year-old Giuliani suffered fractured vertebra and injuries to his left arm and leg. Trump called his longtime ally the greatest mayor in the history of New York City and an equally great American patriot. Giuliani was disbarred for trying to overturn the 2020 election. He was released from the hospital Monday afternoon and is planning to recover in New Hampshire.
The 3-day holiday is over and it's time to get back to work. And it's hard. Free Tennis with more.
It's difficult getting back to the work thing after a 3-day break. Psychologists say it's normal for you to harbor a bit of dread at the email stacking up or the pile of papers on your desk. The good people of Indeed say pace yourself because one missed day can actually put you about 3 days behind in your daily tasks. But if the feeling of dread on the job continues, they say job applications surge after a 3-day holiday.
Michael Kastner, NBC News.
Buyer beware. No matter what you're in the market for, it's buyer beware. This is Lauren from B&L Jewelers. Every day we see people come into B&L Jewelers and want us to look at the great deal they got online or at a discount jewelry store. Usually, the item they bought is not really what they thought they were getting, which leads to disappointment.
Love gets better with B&L Jewelers.
Here at B&L Jewelers, we try to educate you on the diamond you are buying. So when you give the gift of love, you have all the confidence of your decision to buy from B&L Jewelers was the correct one. We back up all of our jewelry with a lifetime guarantee and a trade-up policy, which you will receive full credit of the purchase price for your diamond in the future. As always, we offer special financing and 6 months free layaway. Come and see us here at B&L Jewelers today in the Danville Manor Shopping Center.
Love gets better with B&L Jewelers.
Step into Papa's Quick Stop number 7 across from the Boyle County Fairgrounds and discover the enchanting world of Candleberry candles in the huge Candleberry Corner. Refresh your world with an array of fresh cargo scents for your car for just $1.99. Tantalizing tarts, $7.99. Delightful room sprays for $9.50. Small jars are $14.99. Large jars, $25.99. Grand candy jars for $89.99. And a large selection of cookie jars for that special someone at $159.99. Visit Papa's Quick Stop number 7 across the Boyle County Fairgrounds on the bypass for an exhilarating experience like no other.
Good morning to you. It's Tuesday. It is the second day of September, a day where we get cloudy skies right now, sunshine a little bit later on. Forecast is coming your way. News comes up now, brought to you by Stuart Powell Ford Mazda.
At Stuart Powell Ford Mazda, we are proud to be your hometown dealer for many reasons. Selection, service, convenient location, and our people. Your friends, family, and neighbors. Since 1949 at Stuart Powell, we make it easy. Stuart Powell Ford Mazda. Visit us on the bypass in Danville or online at stuartpowell.com.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. Kentucky State Police is warning people of attempted fraudulent sales of land in Garrett County. KSP says that in these cases, scammers are attempting to sell property they do not own by creating false listings and posing as licensed realtors. KSP says you can protect yourself by always verifying the seller's identity and confirming property ownership through the clerk's office. Be cautious of listing or prices that seem too good to be true, and never exchange money or personal information until all details have been properly verified. Lincoln County Schools is back next Monday after a long delay to begin the school year due to unforeseen conditions discovered during the ongoing renovation process at the high school. The beginning of the school year is almost here. School at Lincoln County begins next Monday, September 8th. Meanwhile, the board has already agreed to begin phase 2 of the renovation process, which includes a new and safer high school front entrance plaza with concrete work, turf infills for both baseball and softball, in addition to the field house to better serve students and athletes. A Lexington man has died after a car crash on I-75. It happened on Sunday on I-75 North near mile marker 124 when a witness told the sheriff's office that a car appeared to be speeding when it exited the road and hit a rock, which caused that vehicle to flip. The coroner's office identified the victim as 63-year-old Lexington native Wesley Keith Ritchie. Ritchie was pronounced dead on scene. Garrett County deputies came together to help out one of their own. The Garrett Sheriff's Office said that one of their deputies, Jason Poole, was recently injured and faces a long road to recovery. In an effort to ease those challenges, deputies and staff members from the Garrett Sheriff's Office spent a day helping Poole with yard work and building a ramp for easier access to the home. The Sheriff's Office emphasized that their effort reflects not just a commitment to service to the community, but to one another as well. And it's September, and as we flip the calendar, we will get some much-needed rain. After an August that will go down as the second driest on record in the Lexington area, we expect rain showers to hit us this Thursday, as well as another quick-moving system in here on Friday. We do expect highs toward the weekend to get to the upper 60s and low 70s, and lows in the 40s. I'm Joe Mathis.
This morning's local news was a service of Stuart Powell Ford Mazda on the bypass in Danville and online at stuartpowell.com.
Listen to us on your smart speaker. Just ask to play our call letters. WHIR.
Looking for something more from your personal checking account? Then one of our new Community Trust Advantage checking accounts might be right for you. Our Advantage checking accounts offer great features such as ID Protect, roadside assistance, cell phone protection, travel and leisure discounts, and shopping rewards, which makes it easier for you to save money on everyday purchases. Learn more at ctbi.com. Get more out of your checking. Open an account today. Our friendly, professional staff at one of our many branches will be happy to assist you.
Community Trust Bank. Building communities built on trust. Member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Caraway at Mattresses and More on Houstonville Road in Danville. If you are looking for new furniture or bedding, stop by and check us out. New items arriving weekly, and we sell off the floor. Buy it today and take it home today. We offer layaway and 12 months same-as cash with approved credit.
Thank you, Caraway. Again, buy it today, take it home today. Living room suits, bedroom suits, dinette sets, recliners, and more. From Mattresses and More, Southland Plaza next to Ace Hardware.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
Okay, Rayleigh Joe, brought to you by our friends hanging out over at Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance, your local independent insurance agency. They proudly represent the Auto Owners Insurance Company. Ask if auto owners make sense for you by calling Marker Chris for a free quote. 859-236-6686. Cloudy skies overhead mixing with some sunshine today. High of 83, a low tonight 57. Tomorrow sunny and 83. Thursday, best chance of rain this week will come Thursday. 75 is the high, but it clears out for Football Friday. Sunshine and 85 is your high. It's 7:12 in the morning, 58 degrees. We're talking Boyle County Rebel football with head coach Justin Haddix, brought to you by Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Ask Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance Agency in Danville if auto owners make sense for you. Call me, Mark Dexter, or Chris Reitmeyer.
And we welcome on to the show Boyle County Rebel head football coach Justin Haddix. Good morning, Coach. How are you?
Doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Coach. Appreciate you being on here this morning. Your Rebels got a win Saturday over LCA, and talk about a tale of two halves, all right? I mean, you all dominate the first half. You're up 21-0 going into the halftime locker room. LCA essentially flips the script in the second half. They tie you all up at 21 each before you all score late there in the fourth quarter. You take a 28-21 lead, and then you stop LCA about 1.5 yards or 2 yards shy of the first down mark inside the 10-yard line as they go in for a chance to at least tie it, maybe, or maybe they go for two, who knows. But Coach, tell us about that game against LCA Saturday. What was the difference between the first and second half, you think?
Well, exactly what you said. We come out and started strong, and we still left a touchdown on the, we got inside the 5 and didn't score. Defense played well that first half, and then we let them, they go score that first drive of the second half in the third quarter, which is always a big, that first 4 or 5 minutes in that third quarter is used just kind of setting the tone of what it is. They drive down and score, and then we drive down to go score, and we fumble through the end zone, don't execute, what it is. And then when you give momentum up in high school sports and any sports really, it's hard to get it back. But testament to our guys of continuing to fight. It would have been easy. Hey, everything's going wrong. Let's start pointing fingers and blaming, and we just kept playing and was able to have a big drive there late, go score, and then defense got a big stop in the end to win the game.
Yeah, you leaned heavily on Jiden Smith-Heisel. 20 carries, 176 yards, averaged about 9 yards a carry. Tell us about the game Jiden had.
Up front, we did a great job. I think our offensive line did a great job. We had, Jiden had a good game. We had 2 or 3 backs make some big-time plays. Darryl Yancey and Jiden and Baylor had some big runs. Bubby and Kane, they all, had that. We're kind of by committee, and, Jiden had his number called and made some big plays happen.
You got Lexington Catholic now coming up, Coach, on Friday, and you have said multiple times on this show and with us here at the radio station that this is one of those games that to you is like, since you've been here, this has been the rivalry, right? Boyle County, Lexington Catholic, and you get to renew this rivalry again coming up in Lexington on Friday. Let's first of all talk, Coach, about David Clark, Lexington Catholic, I believe their new head coach, right? Came from Bardstown, takes over this Lexington Catholic team. Tell us what you know about David Clark, their head coach.
Really, the 2 private schools, really 3 schools in Lexington are kind of our rivals, I guess you would say. Yeah. LCA always plays us tough, Lexington Catholic, and then Frederick Douglass, kind of since I've taken over. But we've, David Clark, he was at Bardstown, he retired, he was the AD, and then, sometimes when you're in the public school and you retire, a private school job's kind of the one to take, and I've thrown against David. He had a son that played quarterback there, and then went on to Eastern Kentucky. I actually talked to his son about a job, getting a job with us this past summer, so he got the job at Lexington Catholic, and they play hard. They're got a great respect for them. It's how hard they play and what they do. And offensively, I think they're figuring some things out. And defensively, the guy's still back, I think he's the athletic director, and he calls their defense for them. So they're gonna do a great job. They always play us tough. Seems like we always bring out the best in them, and they bring out the best in us. So we've got to go play our best game and improve off last week and be ready to go.
What kind of offensive formations do they run, Coach?
Well, they kind of switched up. I think they're figuring out. They put a new guy in at quarterback and trying to almost like a single wing guy running it a lot, doing a lot of things with him. It's Wasick's little brother, but this kid's not little. He's probably 6 foot, 190 pounds, and plays linebacker. And they put him at quarterback and running back, and they do a good job with him.
With Boyle County head football coach Justin Haddix. Coach, what do you work on in practice on this Tuesday? You're kind of back in the Friday routine now with a game on Friday, so tell us what your week schedule looks like now.
Well, we had to speed it up a day, so it's going to feel like we're rushed all week until we get in the hang of it. But today will be a defensive day. Yesterday we came in yesterday morning. Our JV went and had a big game at, I think, 44-6 over Pulaski County yesterday at Pulaski. We had a good practice that morning, send them off, and then we got to have a good defensive day today to be prepared for Lexington Catholic.
There you go, Rebel head coach Justin Haddix. Coach, we appreciate you being on. Good luck with practice today. We'll talk to you again tomorrow morning, okay?
All right, thank you. Go Rebels.
There you go, Rebel head coach Justin Haddix. Boyle County and Lexington Catholic. Friday night, 7:30 in Lexington. A game we'll have with the Big Daddy, Steve Bertram, on Z105 WRNZ-FM at 7:17. Danville head football coach Steve Stonebreaker joins the show. Talking Danville football with us right after this on WHIR Danville.
Hey, this is Jack Mathis. I love sports, and this is a sports update with the Big Daddy, Steve Bertram. Brought to you by Stuart Powell Mazda.
Hi, this is Fred Sizemore with Stuart Powell Ford Mazda here on the Bypass in Danville, where we make buying a vehicle easy. No fast talk, no high-pressure sales, no gimmicks or silly commercials. Just honest deals and a team that takes pride in doing business the right way. For over 75 years, we've built trust by treating our customers like family, offering fair prices, and making sure you drive away with confidence. Stop by today and see just how easy it is to do business with us.
Come to Stuart Powell, we can do business.
Stop in at 225 South Danville Bypass.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. Kentucky opened the season with a 24-16 win over Toledo Saturday at Kroger Field. For the day, the UK defense outshined the Cats' fairly quiet offense. Kentucky begins SEC play this Saturday afternoon when they host number 21 Ole Miss on Z105. The Rebels, who routed Georgia State 63-7, are 10-point favorites. 4 top 10 teams went down. Number 1 Texas fell to number 3 Ohio State 14-7, while number 4 Clemson, number 8 Alabama, and number 10 Notre Dame were all beaten. In other college scores Saturday, it was Louisville over Eastern Kentucky 51-17, and Western Kentucky defeated North Alabama 55-6. This week, Center College opens the season with Hanover Saturday night at 7 at Joe McDaniel Field. Louisville hosts James Madison Friday night. Saturday, Western Kentucky's at Toledo, and Eastern Kentucky entertains Houston Christian. In Week 2 of high school football over the weekend, Boyle County escaped Lexington Christian 28-21. Danville moved to 2-0 with a 12-10 win over Fairdale. It was Lawrence County 57, Garrett County 30, Campbellsville 56, Mercer County 8, Lincoln County 42, Estill County 14, Anderson County 33, Grayson County 7, Washington County 34, Bethlehem 17, Knox Central 20, Marion County 19, and Bourbon County 48, Casey County nothing. Join Rick Shobin and Joe Mathis on Hometown Radio tonight from 6 to 7 for the Dairy Queen High School Pigskin Report at the Harrodsburg Dairy Queen on WHBN, AM and FM, WHIR, AM and FM, and streaming live at hometownlive.net. Labor Day Major League Baseball saw Cincinnati edge Toronto 5-4 at Great American Ballpark. The Reds scored 3 times in the bottom of the ninth after seeing the Blue Jays score 3 times in the top of the ninth. Elsewhere, the Red Sox topped the Guardians 6-4. It was the Athletics 11, Cardinals 3, Cubs 7, Braves 6 and 10, Phillies 10, Brewers 8, and the Mets 10, Tigers 8. Also winning Monday were the Astros, Giants, Nationals, Orioles, Rangers, Rays, and White Sox. Chase Briscoe won the Southern 500 Sunday night in the opening race of the NASCAR Cup playoffs. Briscoe led for 300 laps before his car developed handling problems on the final lap, just barely holding off Tyler Reddick and Eric Jones. Briscoe advances to the final 12 of the playoffs with 2 races left in the round of 16. 3 Americans remain alive in the quarterfinals of the U.S. Open tennis tournament. 4th seed Jessica Pegula and 8th seed Amanda Anamosa are in the women's final 8, while number 4 Taylor Fritz is in the men's quarterfinals. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
Welcome to the land of the free, where we pledge allegiance to the flag, salute racing's rich history, and raise a drink for the new gladiators who dare take on the last great Coliseum. Bass Pro Shops Night Race NASCAR Playoff Weekend returns to Bristol Motor Speedway September 11th through the 13th. Put a weekend package on a camping spot and make it a weekend to remember. It's not just a night race, it's Bristol, baby.
Thinking about buying a home, starting a business, or tackling a renovation? Whitaker Bank is here to help you make it happen. This is Ronald Howard. I'm a loan officer at Whitaker Bank in Danville. We understand that every financial decision is personal. That's why we offer local expertise and reliable service. Let's find the right solution for you. Call me at 859-236-9822 today, and let's take the next step together. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
This Saturday, we're going to play Kentucky football. The Cats roll out the blue carpet for some guests from the heart of Dixie. Ole Miss Rebels and your Kentucky Wildcats.
The pregame show starts this Saturday at 1:30 with kickoff at 3:30.
It's all right here on your home for the Cats and the hits is WRNZ FM Z105.
Sutton Pharmacy, friendly service from people you know. Generations of serving our community, immunizations, prescriptions, and so much more. Helpful people, free local delivery, mobile app refills right to your door. Visit SuttonRx.com. Sutton Pharmacy, friendly service from people you know.
In Lancaster on Maple Avenue.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
Okay, Rayleigh brought to you by Danville Auto Body Shop. Top-of-the-line collision auto body repair. Head to the mechanics at Danville Auto Body Shop, 315 Delahaye. Get a free estimate, and they work with your insurance company, fixing water leaks, window motor repairs, cell damage, and paintless tint repair. Danville Auto Body Shop. Sunny on this Tuesday, 83 is the high. Sunny tomorrow, 83. Sunny on Thursday, and some rain shower chances begin to move in Thursday afternoon and give us our best chance of rain we've had in quite some time, and boy, do we need it. 75 is the high Thursday. No fretting, though. Friday, Football Friday, looking good. Sunshine, and 85 is the high as the Admirals head to Lawrenceburg to take on the Anderson County Bearcats, and we'll talk with Danville head coach Steve Stonebreaker, courtesy of Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance.
Resetting your password, unsubscribing from emails, printing anything. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your business doesn't have to be one of them, so you can get back to more important things, like learning how that printer works. That's simple human sense.
Ask Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance Agency in Danville if auto owners make sense for you. Call me, Mark Dexter, or Chris Reitmeyer at 236-6686.
There you go. And welcome on to the show, Danville head coach Steve Stonebreaker. Good morning, Coach. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Yeah, appreciate you being on here this morning with us, Coach. We'll talk a little bit about the game Friday first and what fight that your Admirals had, Coach. It was scoreless going into halftime, and then I think you hit Fairdale with a little trickaroo on a second-half opening onside kick, Coach, reminiscent of Sean Payton in the Super Bowl about a decade ago. Tell us, what was it that went through your mind, Coach, to try to get that ball back to begin the second half that way?
Well, I mean, we just saw how they lined up, and it was a late call, just based on their alignment to try that. And Shandon Carter did a great job getting on the football, getting it back for the offense. We were able to take it down and get our first score. Defense played really well for us Friday night, Joe. Offensively, we didn't play real well in the first half. We had the ball down there in Fairdale territory 3 different times in the first half, and we had different things that stalled those drives out. And we just got a lot of things we got to fix, so we got to gain more consistency with our young group there on offense.
Coach, there was a point there in that game, the score was 6-2. I'm thinking this has got to be the most bizarre score that I've ever. I thought it was going to finish 6-2, Coach. I mean, like a 6-2 game. Feel like it's in the top of the 7th inning. Admirals lead 6-2, but again, Fairdale ended up taking the lead late, and then you all respond. You drive basically right down the field, and boy, I tell you what, if you haven't seen Danville or listened to Danville play this year, Javian Mukes, Coach, what a phenomenal freshman you've got.
Yeah, he did a good job all night. Javian did a good job running the football for us. Also did a good job in pass protection for us, and I thought our guys really stepped up to the challenge in pass protection because, of course, they have Fairdale had a defensive end that has an EKU offer, just a really good football player. We did a really good job with him in pass protection, and we did a great job at the end of the football game, Joe, doing what we need to do to score, but also playing and competing the right way because Fairdale had a couple unsportsmanlike conduct penalties there late. We didn't have any. It shows maturity in our kids in terms of their competitiveness and being able to do some things to win the football game.
Yeah, again, Danville, big-time win. First back-to-back wins for the Admirals since the 2022 season, and looking to make it 3 straight now, Coach. And you've got the Anderson County Bearcats coming up on Friday, led by head coach David Buchanan, a great friend of the Hometown Radio Network. We love Coach Buchanan. Great guy, but on Friday night, he's the competition coach. And this is a Bearcats team that loves to run the football on offense. Tell us what you see out of this Bearcats offense.
Yeah, they like to run the football. That's the personnel they have. They're big up front. They've got big backs. Their fullback's a big kid. Tight ends are good players. They've been in the I formation and the power I a whole lot. So they'll be in some 2 and 3 back both. And they love to run the football. They'll run it right at you between the tackles, and they'll toss the ball a little bit, and then they try to get big chunks, particularly with trick plays, and that's something that David's known for as well. Is he always has some trick plays up his sleeves, so we know that's going to come at us as well. But they're a very well coached football team, very well coached offense, and they're going to try to run the clock and grind the tempo down.
Danville and Anderson County, Coach, y'all have had some pretty good crowds on hand your first 2 games. Of course, the first one was a home game, and you had pretty good crowd travel with y'all as well Friday to watch y'all play at Marion County. You think the Admiral Faithful's coming out again to Lawrenceburg on Friday night?
Well, I hope so. There's a lot of excitement, and I think we'll have a good following out there. We've just got to do a good job, handling success. It's similar to last week. You get another win, you get another taste of success, and how we handle that's very important. The kids got back to practice yesterday, and we had a good middle Monday session, and I impressed upon them at the end yesterday. We've got to continue to do that throughout the week and continue to handle success the right way and continue to earn the right to win because, of course, people are noticing we're winning football games.
Oh, yeah.
And I actually got a message yesterday from Mike Holcomb, the old Breathitt County head coach, congratulating me and all that. People are noticing. So, we've got to handle that the right way.
Coach, I was at a friend's house yesterday. We were taking a Labor Day swim and was talking with their family, and they said, Joe, what about the Admirals? People are talking about you all, Coach, right? Just out and about in the community. Like you said, people are noticing that Danville's 2-0 now.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a good thing we're 2-0. Winning always beats the alternative. And,
yeah.
We've got some excitement with our kids. We've got some excitement, obviously, in the community. And, we just got to handle that the right way because we got a heck of a test up for us this Friday. Like I said, those guys, they play a style of play that's really good for the kids that they have, and they've got a lot of good football players. You know, a lot of times people want to focus on, you know, who's the better quarterback or who's the better this in the skill position, that in the skill position. They've got a lot of really good football players, and they put them in positions to have success. So we've got our work cut out for us for sure.
Danville head coach Steve Stonebreaker. Real quickly, Coach, I saw your post-game speech where you delivered to your Danville guys after you beat Fairdale, and essentially you said something along the lines of, you guys never gave up, you never quit, you had grit, you fought, you came back, and you won. Tell us what that means for people who maybe saw the speech on Facebook, but for your guys as well to hear that from their head coach, to say, you know what, our coach believes in us, and he's right. We can win these games. We've got grit. We're tough, and we can fight when we're down late in games.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's part of changing the culture. I mean, you know, why are you winning football games? I mean, sometimes you really need to define and make sure kids understand why you're winning football games, and take it back to things you're doing in preparation. You know, we lift weights every single day, and we lift on game days. I mean, you know, we did the New England Patriots Super Bowl workout on Friday. So, you know, we're lifting every day. We're trying to do things that perpetuate toughness, perpetuate grit, and the kids were able to show that late in the football game Friday night. And you got to define it for them as far as why they're winning and continuing to take those next steps in the process.
We love it. There it is, Danville head coach Steve Stonebreaker. Coach, appreciate you being on, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow morning about this Anderson County defense, okay?
I look forward to it, Joe.
Right,
let's go ahead.
Yes, sir. There you go. Danville head football coach Steve Stonebreaker. Admirals are 2-0, and Boyle County is 2-0 as well. Danville looking to go to 3-0 with a win over the Bearcats. Coach Buchanan, Anderson County's head coach, texted me on Saturday. Again, I've known Coach Buchanan for a long time. He's a great man. Love talking with Coach Buchanan. And he texted me. He said, Joe, the Admirals, they're the story. They're 2-0. Said they're doing awesome. And I said, Coach, you want to come on the show and talk about your Bearcats with our listeners and talk about the game? He said, I'd love to. So Coach Buchanan is going to be on the show tomorrow morning around 7:50. Well, we'll talk kind of from the Anderson County perspective about this game. Get Coach Buchanan on here. So for Danville fans who are maybe going to the game Friday, what is this Anderson County team about? We'll have Coach Buchanan, who is going to come on the show tomorrow morning at 7:50, talking Anderson County Bearcats football as Danville and Anderson County play each other on Friday night. Hey, right now, 7:33 in the morning. We're back after this with the County Agents Corner right here on The Joe Show.
Free trial is 7 days. If customer does not cancel prior to the end of a trial period, fees will apply.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. Open Phone gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. Open Phone lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place, so that you and your team can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? Open Phone automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With Open Phone's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions, and use those insights to coach your team and level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with Open Phone. Open Phone. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Open Phone for free at openphone.com/try and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's openphone.com/try. openphone.com/TRY.
Hey, it's me again. That's right, I'm Jerry Farmer, and I'm still cutting up. Still Cutting Up is the place to go when you need a fresh cut or a mini afro. Perms, colors, nails, too. Braids, highlights, and even updo. I know you done heard of us, so get with it. I know you need your hair did. Here's our digit, 238-7899. Bob your head while I rhyme. 24/7, we won't be beat. 365 on South 4th Street. See ya. See ya.
This is Boyle County EMS Director Mike Rogers. Boyle County is one of 6 counties in the state that offers a crisis response unit. What does that mean? When 911 receives a call from someone going through a mental health crisis, Boyle County EMS responds appropriately in a discreet manner with a social worker and a paramedic, keeping the individual's dignity intact. If you or someone you know suffers from a mental health issue, Boyle County EMS is ready to help. Call 911 or Boyle County EMS at 859-238-1134. Boyle County EMS, when life feels overwhelming, we bring calm, care, and a path forward.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. Kentucky State Police is warning people of attempted fraudulent sales of land in Garrett County. KSP says that in these cases, scammers are attempting to sell property they do not own by creating false listings and posing as licensed realtors. KSP says you can protect yourself by always verifying the seller's identity and confirming property ownership through the clerk's office. Be cautious of listing or prices that seem too good to be true, and never exchange money or personal information until all details have been properly verified. Lincoln County Schools is back next Monday after a long delay to begin the school year due to unforeseen conditions discovered during the ongoing renovation process at the high school. The beginning of the school year is almost here. School at Lincoln County begins next Monday, September 8th. Meanwhile, the board has already agreed to begin phase 2 of the renovation process, which includes a new and safer high school front entrance plaza with concrete work, turf infills for both baseball and softball, in addition to the field house to better serve students and athletes. A Lexington man has died after a car crash on I-75. It happened on Sunday on I-75 North near mile marker 124 when a witness told the sheriff's office that a car appeared to be speeding when it exited the road and hit a rock, which caused that vehicle to flip. The coroner's office identified the victim as 63-year-old Lexington native Wesley Keith Ritchie. Ritchie was pronounced dead on scene. Garrett County deputies came together to help out one of their own. The Garrett Sheriff's Office said that one of their deputies, Jason Poole, was recently injured and faces a long road to recovery. In an effort to ease those challenges, deputies and staff members from the Garrett Sheriff's Office spent a day helping Poole with yard work and building a ramp for easier access to the home. The Sheriff's Office emphasized that their effort reflects not just a commitment to service to the community, but to one another as well. And it's September, and as we flip the calendar, we will get some much-needed rain. After an August that will go down as the second driest on record in the Lexington area, we expect rain showers to hit us this Thursday, as well as another quick-moving system in here on Friday. We do expect highs toward the weekend to get to the upper 60s and low 70s, and lows in the 40s. I'm Joe Mathis.
Hi, I'm Adam Hopkins, security officer at Farmers National Bank, and a current scam is telling people to send cash money through a crypto ATM. No bank will ever tell you to transmit money through a crypto ATM, ever. If in doubt, contact us or local authorities.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
Okay, brought to you by our friends hanging out over at Danville Auto Body Shop. Top-of-the-line collision auto body repair. Head to the mechanics over at Danville Auto Body Shop, 315 Dillahay. Get a free estimate, and they work in their insurance company fixing water leaks, window motor repair, hail damage, and paintless dent repair. Danville Auto Body Shop. All right, sunshine, a high of 83. A low tonight of 57. Tomorrow, sunny and 83 is your high. Thursday, sunshine and then rain showers in the afternoon. Best chance of rain showers, really, it seems like we've had all year. At least all summer season will be Thursday. It has been so dry here recently. And then sunshine back out here on Friday. Right now it's 7:39, 57 degrees. Jessica Besson is giving us a lesson this morning. Good morning, Jessica. How are you?
Hey, Joe. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Jessica's on here for the Mercer County Extension Office and the County Agent's Corner. Brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market in Stanford.
Get the top price for your livestock. Take them to the Bluegrass South Livestock Market, where they have drop-off hours to fit the busy farmer's need. Selling your livestock a profitable and a pleasant experience. Save the hassle of a long haul. Sell your livestock at the Bluegrass South Livestock Market, 277 Courtier Road in Stanford. Call Bluegrass South Livestock Market at 606-365-0665. Bluegrass South Livestock Market in Stanford.
And here's Jessica Besson.
All right, Joe, just like he was mentioning about how it's been terribly hot and dry, and keeping your fingers crossed that we're going to get some rain. Speaking of that, so the vegetables and stuff, they don't like the extreme heat or dry, obviously, as well. So we've had some really hot stretches this summer and very sporadic rain. And even if you've been able to irrigate your garden, you may have noticed sometimes there has been weird or sparse vegetables. When temperatures reach above 90 degrees Fahrenheit, vegetable crops basically stop performing. They get too hot as well. A classic sign of a heat-stressed vegetable plant is the lack of vegetables themselves. Flowers start to drop when temperatures stay over 70 degrees Fahrenheit, especially at night, and especially with tomatoes. With cucurbits, So like our squash and cucumbers and pumpkins and stuff, when temperatures are high, they'll produce more male flowers than female, thus reducing the amount of fruit that will be produced. So it'll be kind of delayed. Pollination also decreases as well with high temperatures because bees become less active because they're also over the high heat as well. And so they end up pollinating less. So one frequent question that I have received this summer is, why have my tomatoes not been turning red, right? You have all these big, beautiful tomatoes just sitting on your plant. Well, optimum temperatures for a tomato to ripen are 65 to 75 to 77 degrees Fahrenheit. So once temperatures go above 85 degrees, those tomatoes will remain green until those temperatures decrease. So those nighttime temperatures are very important for tomatoes when it comes to ripening. Unfortunately, there's not much we can do when we're dealing with extreme temperature swings. Mulching, providing sufficient water is about the best thing that's always helpful for some of these plants. But just waiting for those temperatures to go back down, which they have in the last week, which is great. So if you do have some of those plants hanging on still, you're probably enjoying some good tomatoes right about now. So that's today's farm news. Thanks for tuning in to our program. Join us each weekday at this time for the County Agent's Corner, a service of the Mercer, Boyle, Garrett, and Lincoln County UK Cooperative Extension Offices.
There you go. Jessica Besson giving us a lesson this morning in the County Agent's Corner, brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market. All right, Jessica, before you go, some random facts you may not know, but I want you to know, so I'm going to let you know. Jessica, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Fact number 1. Did you know that Canada, California, and Tokyo all have very similar populations? Canada's current population, about 41.5 million across the entire country. Tokyo's metro area, 41 million. Wow. In California, 39.4 million. So a country...
Isn't that wild?
Yeah, that is a country, one of the biggest states in the country, and then a city across the globe all have the same population basically as one another.
Right.
Yeah,
it's
crazy.
wild. Think about how many people in that city.
Yeah. Number 2, the official bird of the small island country called Mauritius, which I've never heard of this country before, Mauritius. The official bird is the dodo bird, which is extinct.
Yeah, I was like, that's extinct.
Yeah, Mauritius is in East Africa. It's an island in East Africa. You ever heard of it before, Mauritius?
I haven't, but I'm going to look it up now.
Yeah, it's spelled Mauritius. Mauritius.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah. All right, fact number 3 here. Tom Brady. You heard of him before?
Yes.
Yeah, Tom Brady was actually drafted by the Montreal Expos in the 18th round of the Major League Baseball draft. But he decided to stick with his plan to go to the University of Michigan to play football. Good decision by Tom Brady. I didn't know that. I knew he was drafted by the Expos. But 18th round was drafted by the Expos in 1995. Tom Brady was.
I did not know that.
Number 4. Remember the bird from Twitter's logo? Remember the old Twitter logo, the bird?
Yes.
Yeah. It was actually had a name. It was named Larry, as in Larry Bird. That's because the co-founder of Twitter, Biz Stone, grew up in Massachusetts, was a huge Boston Celtics fan, so he named the Twitter bird Larry, so it'd be named Larry Bird. There you go.
I never knew that, but that's kind of funny.
Good stuff. Jessica, appreciate you being on. It sounds like you got a little one in your lap there.
I do.
Is that Bo?
So it is Bo.
All righty.
He's listening to you.
You tell Bo that to have a good Tuesday. Hello, Bo. You have a good day, okay, buddy? All right. Talk to you later. Okay, Jessica. Bye.
Thanks, Joe.
Jessica Besson giving us a lesson this morning on the County Agent's Corner, brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market. All right, coming up right after this break, we're going to tell you who's going to win this week's Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken giveaway. We're starting this back up. Lee said, hey, look, we've missed doing this. We want to do this again. You have a chance for you and your office, your business, to win 20 two-piece chicken dinners from Lee's Famous Recipe. We'll even deliver them for you. And we're going to talk about it coming up next and tell you who this week's winner is. It's So Bag. Lunch in the Office from Lee's Famous Recipe coming up next.
These Famous Recipe's been serving the best chicken in Danville since 1972. Lee's is proud to serve up money-saving $6 meals that include 2 strips or 2 pieces of dark meat, livers or gizzards, your choice of a side, plus a home-style buttermilk biscuit and drink, all of it just $6. Don't feel like cooking? Feed the family with an 8, 12, 16, or 20-piece meal that comes with large shareable sides and home-style buttermilk biscuits. For your next get-together, call Lee's, the expert caterers, at 859-236-8777. Visit Lee's Famous Recipe, the chicken specialist in Danville and South 4th. This message is from Sunrise Children's Services. Did you know Sunrise Children's Services, One Bridge to Hope, will care for girls who have been victims of human trafficking? Go to sunrise.org/trivia and answer this week's trivia question. Sunrise.org/trivia. The question, One Bridge to Hope will care for girls who have been victims of what? Your answer, human trafficking. Go to sunrise.org/trivia to enter. Sunrise.org/trivia. Good luck.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. Kentucky opened the season with a 24-16 win over Toledo Saturday at Kroger Field. For the day, the UK defense outshined the Cats' fairly quiet offense. Kentucky begins SEC play this Saturday afternoon when they host number 21 Ole Miss on Z105. The Rebels, who routed Georgia State 63-7, are 10-point favorites. 4 top 10 teams went down. Number 1 Texas fell to number 3 Ohio State 14-7, while number 4 Clemson, number 8 Alabama, and number 10 Notre Dame were all beaten. In other college scores Saturday, it was Louisville over Eastern Kentucky 51-17, and Western Kentucky defeated North Alabama 55-6. This week, Center College opens the season with Hanover Saturday night at 7 at Joe McDaniel Field. Louisville hosts James Madison Friday night. Saturday, Western Kentucky's at Toledo, and Eastern Kentucky entertains Houston Christian. In Week 2 of high school football over the weekend, Boyle County escaped Lexington Christian 28-21. Danville moved to 2-0 with a 12-10 win over Fairdale. It was Lawrence County 57, Garrett County 30, Campbellsville 56, Mercer County, Knox Central 20, Marion County 19, and Bourbon County 48, Casey County nothing. Join Rick Shobin and Joe Mathis on Hometown Radio tonight from 6 to 7 for the Dairy Queen High School Pigskin Report at the Harrisburg Dairy Queen on WHBN AM and FM, WHIR AM and FM, and streaming live at hometownlive.net. Labor Day Major League Baseball saw Cincinnati edge Toronto 5-4 at Great American Ballpark. The Reds scored 3 times in the bottom of the 9th after seeing the Blue Jays score 3 times in the top of the 9th. Elsewhere, the Red Sox topped the Guardians 6-4. It was the Athletics 11, Cardinals 3, Cubs 7, Braves 6 in 10, Phillies 10, Brewers 8, and the Mets 10, Tigers 8. Also winning Monday were the Astros, Giants, Nationals, Orioles, Rangers, Rays, and White Sox. Chase Briscoe won the Southern 500 Sunday night in the opening race of the NASCAR Cup playoffs. Briscoe led for 300 laps before his car developed handling problems on the final lap, just barely holding off Tyler Reddick and Eric Jones. Briscoe advances to the final 12 of the playoffs with 2 races left in the round of 16. 3 Americans remain alive in the quarterfinals of the U.S. Open tennis tournament. 4th seed Jessica Pegula and 8th seed Amanda Anamosa are in the women's final 8, while number 4 Taylor Fritz is in the men's quarterfinals. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
Lord Brothers Auctioneers, we're selling the country.
Announcing the Living Estate Absolute online-only auction of Herschel and the late Della Jean Hale's lifetime collection of personal property at 100 Lee Drive in Lancaster, with bidding ending Tuesday, September the 2nd at 6 p.m. on FordBrothersInc.com. The collection includes antiques, glassware, smalls, tools, fishing equipment, dishes, woodworking equipment, pottery, and more.
That's the Living Estate Absolute Online-Only Auction of Herschel and the late Della Jean Hale's lifetime collection of personal property, with bidding ending Tuesday, September the 2nd at 6 p.m. on FordBrothersInc.com. To bid or for more information, log on to FordBrothersInc.com or call 859-792-2521. That's 859-792-2521.
Ford Brothers Auctioneers, we're selling the country.
So creamy it melts in your mouth. Mom Blakeman's candy.
Mom Blakeman's has made the world's best cream pull candy, and we have been making potato candy. We ship all over the world and have it in many retail stores. You are welcome to stop by our shop in Lancaster to sample or purchase any of our 7 flavors of cream pull candy and potato candy. We have a variety of tubs and tins available. Visit our website at momblakeman'scandy.com or call 800-542-4607.
This Joe Show Weather Report is brought to you by...
Okay, Rayleigh Jophus, brought to you by our friends at the Big Deals online store, hometownlive.net. Shop and save on gift certificates to local businesses at big-time discounts up to 50% every single day. Big Deals online store, hometownlive.net. Today's deal of the hour to Thoroughbred Express Auto Wash. $20 Triple Crown Wash, yours for $10 at our Big Deals online store. Sunshine, 83 degrees a high, 57 degrees a low, 83 tomorrow, and 75 on Thursday, where we get the best chance of rain showers that we've gotten in quite some time on Thursday. Football Friday, sunshine and 85. Right now, 7:52 in the morning, 57 degrees here in Danville. Tuesday, the second day of September. And we, every week through September and October, will be giving away 20 two-piece chicken dinners, courtesy of Lee's Famous Recipe right here in Danville. So if you're listening and you feel like your office or your building or your wing or whatever it may be, you and 19 of your closest friends, or those people who are going to want to be close friends with you after you win chicken, you have a chance to win lunch at your office. We pick it up, we deliver it right to your office. Don't even have to leave your workspace for lunch. And that'll start this week. If you want to enter for a chance to win, email us at radio@hometownlive.net. Radio@hometownlive.net. Why you and 19 of your coworkers deserve 20 two-piece chicken dinners. Comes with 2 pieces of chicken, mashed potatoes and gravy, and coleslaw, as well as sweet and unsweet tea. And we deliver it to your workplace once a week. We do this. And so, who's the winner this week? Well, here's the letter that we got. I'm not going to tell you where the business is. I'll let you guess it, and you'll probably get it pretty quickly as I read this letter. This woman's name is Katrina. And Katrina says, I'd like to submit our business for the Lee's Lunch giveaway. She says, I think my coworkers deserve this free lunch for several reasons. Number 1, we get up very early to try and provide all of our delicious donuts and pastries to the community before they go to work and school. Several of our employees are here before 4 o'clock in the morning, 6 days a week. Now, if that doesn't give it away, I'm not sure any of the other clues are going to, but they get up early to make sure their donuts and pastries are ready for you. Number 2, this has been a particularly hot and humid summer, which can make working by ovens and fryers very unpleasant. Despite that, our service and quality never slip, even on the hottest days. My coworkers have busted their butts all summer. And number 3, as you know, we were recently awarded the best bakery in the entire state, an honor which definitely deserves to be rewarded in my book. And Katrina, I think you're right. So congratulations to Katrina and Burke's Bakery, who wins our first 22-piece chicken dinner lunch at the office giveaway. Give it up for Burke's Bakery. Come on now. We'll be delivering chicken to Katrina and 19 of her co-workers tomorrow at Burke's Bakery. Again, if you want a chance to win, email in radio@hometownlive.net. Why you and your co-workers deserve 20 two-piece chicken dinners from Lee's Famous Recipe in Harrodsburg. Burke's Bakery is the winner of week number 1 of our Lee's Famous Recipe Lunch in the Office Fall 2025 giveaway. There you go. Let's see what's going on out west in Hollywood. The Showbiz segment, Celebrity News. The rich and famous. Here we go. Let's do it. All right, Jared Van Snellenberg was just a 14-year-old kid with curly blonde hair when he snagged the role of Adam Sandler's first caddy in the original Happy Gilmore. You ever wonder what Jared Van Snellenberg is up to now? I don't, but if you have, I've got the answer. Well, he's a neuroscientist at Stony Brook University's Renaissance School of Medicine on Long Island. He decided when he was in his 20s, he was done with acting. He wanted to go with science. So that's what he does. But guess what he doesn't do? Golf. Quote, I never got into golf, he said. Nobody ever brought me to a golf course as a kid or a young adult. It was not just part of my life. But he does still miss acting a little, especially with Sandler. Quote, he's pretty similar to his on-screen characters of the era. That set was a riot. There you go. Story number 2, MTV. Giving us a taste of the good old days with 24/7 music videos. Started yesterday, will run until the MTV Video Music Awards on Sunday. It's not just the main MTV channel, though. You'll be able to watch your constant string of music videos on MTV2, MTV Live, MTV Classic, and their Pluto channel, MTV Biggest Pop. Didn't even know there was that many MTV lineup channels. There's a line of over 700 videos in 12 different categories, like Best of the 80s, Best of the 90s, videos that go bump in the night, videos that make us howl, and Best Celebrity Cameos. MTV says the artist with the most videos being aired. Britney Spears has 21, Beyonce has 18, Madonna 17, Eminem 15, and Michael Jackson has 12. The 2025 VMAs air Sunday at 8 o'clock in the evening. And country singer Brian Martin is speaking out after a very difficult night. He was performing at a fair in New York over the weekend, but the show had to be cut short after Brian appeared very drunk on stage. Videos from the crowd showed Brian slurring words, admitting he was, quote, a little drunk, unquote, and refusing to leave when someone from his team told him to get off stage. Officers eventually picked him up and forcibly removed him. Brian has previously been open about rehab and mental health struggles. He admitted a break in his sobriety and wrote that he has been battling anxiety and depression and has not been honest with himself about his mental state. A country singer addresses getting kicked out of his own concert by police. MTV will play music videos again, temporarily at least. And what's the caddy from the original Happy Gilmore doing? He's a neuroscientist. That's what's going on out west in Hollywood. The Showbiz segment. Celebrity news. Here locally, we're going to grab a sandwich for lunch this afternoon. It's Melton's Deli in Danville on East Main Street and right next to Danville Cinemas 8. Let's go with the Reuben. It's number 7 on the Melton's Deli menu. Thinly sliced corned beef, chopped kraut, melted Swiss, and Thousand Island dressing. Served on your choice of bread, though they recommend the toasted rye bread. The Reuben is number 7 on the Melton's Deli menu. 247 East Main and 995 Ben Ally Drive. Tell them you heard him this morning on the Joe Show. You want to try out the Reuben as your sandwich for lunch. It's the sandwich of the day from Melton's Deli in Danville. 7:59, 30 seconds away from Top Hour News here in Titletown, Kentucky.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Ask Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance Agency in Danville if Auto Owners make sense for you. Call me, Mark Dexter, or Chris Reitmeyer.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
It's 8 o'clock.
What makes Whitaker Bank uniquely Kentucky? With a wide range of products and services, we are here to provide you friendly.
The White House isn't saying what exactly the announcement is about, but it's on a schedule for 2 p.m. Eastern. NBC News reports, according to their sources, it will have something to do with defense. That's the only information they were given. There's been growing speculation over the president's health recently, but he said Sunday that he's never felt better. Some of the victims of sexual offender Jeffrey Epstein will be testifying before a congressional committee today. Rory O'Neill with more.
The women will speak to a private meeting of the House Oversight Committee on how they were abused by both Jeffrey Epstein and his associate Ghislaine Maxwell. The testimony comes on the eve of their press conference on Capitol Hill, which is being organized by a bipartisan group of lawmakers who want the Epstein files made public. Chairman James Comer also sent a letter to the Treasury Secretary asking for relevant suspicious activity reports that could help the committee's oversight of sex trafficking enforcement.
The International Association of Genocide Scholars claims Israel is committing genocide in Gaza. Blake Sifton with more.
The determination accused Israel of indiscriminate and deliberate attacks against civilians and civilian infrastructure in Gaza, including hospitals, homes, and schools. It also highlighted support among Israeli leaders for the forced expulsion of all Palestinians from Gaza.
Israel's foreign ministry denies the accusations. Dances with Wolves actor Graham Greene has died. Mark Mayfield with more.
His agent says the Canadian-born actor died Monday in Toronto after a long illness. Greene was nominated for an Academy Award for his role as Kicking Bird in Dances with Wolves. Greene also appeared in several other films such as Maverick, Die Hard with a Vengeance, The Green Mile, and the Twilight Saga New Moon.
Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code MAP to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code MAP for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code MAP for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
The Powerball jackpot is now $1.3 billion and climbing after no one won Monday night's grand prize drawing. Free tennis with more on whether that makes us play more.
The California Lottery says when the jackpot goes up, so do ticket sales. Rolling jackpots create a surge in media attention, and that makes us put more money into the dream. Psychologists say it's because we overvalue the teeny tiny chance we'll win the jackpot, even though the odds are not in our favor at 1 in 292 million. Because it's the fantasy of winning and the what-ifs we're buying.
Robbie Krieger is set to celebrate the Doors' 1970 album Morrison Hotel with a show in L.A. More from Mark Mayfield.
The event is being dubbed a 60th anniversary Doors celebration and will feature performances of the band's hits such as Roadhouse Blues, Waiting for the Sun, and Peace Frog. The concert takes place at the Los Angeles Greek Theater on Thursday, October the 30th. Trip Form, featuring Pablo Manzarek, will kick off the night, with Krieger and his band taking the stage for a night of Doors hits.
Cardi B's civil trial resumes this week in Los Angeles County. The rapper is being sued for assault by a former building security guard at a medical office in 2018. The guard, Imani Ellis, says she was scratched on the face during an altercation that started while Ellis was recording Cardi B. The star was 4 months pregnant at the time and was on her way to a doctor's visit. The hit horror film Weapons is back at the top of the box office.
This is a true story that happened in my town.
It earned $12.8 million over the 4-day Labor Day holiday weekend. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Hi there, me again, your radio. I thought what we'd do this time is go to the email bag, answer some of your questions. So our first email comes from Bob. He writes, Dear Radio, I run a small furniture store in town and I'm looking to grow my business. Do you have any suggestions? Well, Bob, to be successful, you need to reach out to new customers on an ongoing basis. That's where I come in. Radio reaches around 93% of the population each week, making it a great way to get the word out about your business. And radio delivers results at a fraction of the cost of other media, making it a great investment. Okay, our next email is from Bert. He says, Dear Radio, I took a young lady out on a first date. After 20 minutes of talking, she went to the ladies' room to powder her nose. It's been 4 months since I've seen her. What do you suggest I do? Well, Bert, that's a tough one, but I'd consider maybe a woman with a smaller nose.
Promote your business to thousands of potential customers every week. To learn more, go online to advertisecentralkentucky.com. That's advertisecentralkentucky.com.
This is Caraway at Mattresses and More on Houstonville Road in Danville. If you are looking for new furniture or bedding, stop by and check us out. New items arriving weekly, and we sell off the floor. Buy it today and take it home today. We offer layaway and 12 months same as cash with approved credit.
Thank you, Caraway. Again, buy it today, take it home today. Living room suits, bedroom suits, dinette sets, recliners, and more. From Mattresses and More, Southland Plaza next to Ace Hardware.
Republic Services of Kentucky offers a single-source solution for all of your disposal needs, servicing residential, commercial, and industrial customers with offerings that include recycling and other disposal options. You have enough to worry about on a daily basis. Leave waste disposal to Republic Services. They'll handle it from there. For a quote or to discuss services, reach out to republicservices.com or give them a call at 859-263-2000. 263-2000.
Good morning to you folks. It is Tuesday. It's the second day of this month of September, 57 degrees at 8:07 in the morning. Forecast comes your way. You better believe news is coming up first. This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. Kentucky State Police is warning people of attempted fraudulent sales of land in Garrett County. KSP says that in these cases, scammers are attempting to sell property they do not own by creating false listings and posing as licensed realtors. KSP says you can protect yourself by always verifying the seller's identity and confirming property ownership through the clerk's office. Be cautious of listing or prices that seem too good to be true, and never exchange money or personal information until all details have been properly verified. Lincoln County Schools is back next Monday after a long delay to begin the school year due to unforeseen conditions discovered during the ongoing renovation process at the high school. The beginning of the school year is almost here. School at Lincoln County begins next Monday, September 8th. Meanwhile, the board has already agreed to begin phase 2 of the renovation process, which includes a new and safer high school front entrance plaza with concrete work, turf infills for both baseball and softball, in addition to the field house to better serve students and athletes. A Lexington man has died after a car crash on I-75. It happened on Sunday on I-75 North near mile marker 124 when a witness told the sheriff's office that a car appeared to be speeding when it exited the road and hit a rock, which caused that vehicle to flip. The coroner's office identified the victim as 63-year-old Lexington native Wesley Keith Ritchie. Ritchie was pronounced dead on scene. Garrett County deputies came together to help out one of their own. The Garrett Sheriff's Office said that one of their deputies, Jason Poole, was recently injured and faces a long road to recovery. In an effort to ease those challenges, deputies and staff members from the Garrett Sheriff's Office spent a day helping Poole with yard work and building a ramp for easier access to the home. The Sheriff's Office emphasized that their effort reflects not just a commitment to service to the community, but to one another as well. And it's September, and as we flip the calendar, we will get some much-needed rain. After an August that will go down as the second driest on record in the Lexington area, we expect rain showers to hit us this Thursday, as well as another quick-moving system in here on Friday. We do expect highs toward the weekend to get to the upper 60s and low 70s, and lows in the 40s. I'm Joe Mathis.
Going out of town or anywhere in the world? Stay in touch with WHIR on the internet at hometownlive.net. Powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
It's back by popular demand. Free lunch in the office from Danville Lee's Famous Recipe and the Hometown Radio Network. Now, here's how it works. Every Tuesday in September and October, Hometown Radio will reward an office up to 20 two-piece chicken dinners and Lee's Famous Tea and deliver it to you on Wednesday. Simply email radio@hometownlive.net. That's radio@hometownlive.net. Why your office deserves free lunch. Free lunch in the office has returned. A service of Danville Lee's Famous Recipe and the Hometown Radio Network. Good luck.
Serving Boyle County seniors, a gathering place.
Our adult day health care services provide independence through assistance for adults with special needs ages 21 and over. Our participants enjoy games, reality orientation, cognitive and physical activities, exercise, music and craft programs, while offering families freedom and peace of mind knowing their loved ones are cared for in a safe, supportive environment. Visit thegatheringplace.org. Follow on Facebook and Instagram for more info.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
All right, Rayleigh Joe, brought to you by Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance, your local independent insurance agency, proudly representing the Auto Owners Insurance Company. Ask if auto owners make sense for you by calling Mark or Chris for a free quote. 859-236-6686. Sunshine, a high today of 83. Same thing tomorrow. 83 is a high. Thursday, 75 is your high with rain showers. It is 8:11 in the morning. It's 57 degrees on this Tuesday, September the 2nd. And we welcome on to the show from the Boyle County Public Library. It's Colleen. Good morning, Colleen. How are you?
I'm well. Good morning, Joe. How are you?
Hey, doing great, Colleen. Doing great. What's going on at the library this week?
Well, this week unveils our fall programming schedule.
Okay.
And I think Mike talked with you about that last week.
Yes.
And anyway, we've got a lot going on, so I encourage, I'll tell you some of the things, but I do encourage people to check our website, boylepublib.org, or our Facebook page. There are a couple of posts listing like a whole list of things that are going on. But
okay.
For youth programming, the all comes back online this week, starting, so we will have story times Tuesdays and Fridays, which is different. It used to be Tuesday and Wednesday, so it's Tuesday and Friday at 11. And baby story time is Monday at 10. Teen programming is Tuesday and Thursday at 3:30. They're adding some things, so they're going to have family video Fridays once a month at 10 a.m. They're going to have Saturday story time once a month at 11 a.m. The first one is going to be on the 20th. And they're adding a homeschool club program once a month from 1:30 to 3. And the first one is on the 12th.
Cool.
So there's a lot going on there. This Saturday, the Story Center is hosting a disaster preparedness webinar and workshop from 9:30 to 1, which you can attend in person here at the library or virtually. It does require registration. Let's see. Monday at 4 p.m., they're going to be at Junction City for a history harvest. And next Thursday, I just want to let people know in advance, Kyle Macy is going to be here for a book signing of his new book, From the Rafters of Rupp. And that will be at 6 p.m. in the reading room.
Yeah, that should be fun. Me and Mike touched on that briefly last week, but Kyle Macy written a book, kind of a backstory of some of UK legends and all that, so he'll be here. He's doing a book discussion, too, or just a book signing?
No, he'll be talking
Be talking about it, too? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep. So, yeah, he'll be speaking and then also signing books.
There you go. We love it. Anything else, Colleen?
Well, there's tons more, but you all just need to look on the website or on the Facebook page.
Yes.
It would take me forever to read it all to you.
In the words of my mom, Colleen, she would always say, "No rest for the weary."
That's right.
And you all went from summer, you had a couple of weeks maybe, and then suddenly back into fall programming.
Here we are.
I love it.
We're looking forward to seeing everybody.
Yeah, it's going to be a busy fall, and the library is always doing all kinds of great activities for all different types of ages. If you want to know exactly what's going on, boylepublib.org, or go to Facebook. Go to Boyle County Public Library on Facebook, and you'll see all the activities and events there, and all kinds of great stuff coming up over the next couple of weeks in this month of September. Colleen, appreciate you being on. We'll talk to you again next Tuesday, okay?
Thanks, Joe. Talk
you
to
too.
you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
That's Colleen with the Boyle County Public Library. It's 8:15 in the morning, and Randy Graham is in studio. He's letting us know what's going on, setting us straight, giving us the real info with Randyisms. Coming your way next on The Joe Show.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. Kentucky opened the season with a 24-16 win over Toledo Saturday at Kroger Field. For the day, the UK defense outshined the Cats' fairly quiet offense. Kentucky begins SEC play this Saturday afternoon when they host number 21 Ole Miss on Z105. The Rebels, who routed Georgia State 63-7, are 10-point favorites. 4 top 10 teams went down. Number 1 Texas fell to number 3 Ohio State 14-7, while number 4 Clemson, number 8 Alabama, and number 10 Notre Dame were all beaten. In other college scores Saturday, it was Louisville over Eastern Kentucky 51-17, and Western Kentucky defeated North Alabama 55-6. This week, Center College opens the season with Hanover Saturday night at 7 at Joe McDaniel Field. Louisville hosts James Madison Friday night. Saturday, Western Kentucky's at Toledo, and Eastern Kentucky entertains Houston Christian. In Week 2 of high school football over the weekend, Boyle County escaped Lexington Christian 28-21. Danville moved to 2-0 with a 12-10 win over Fairdale. It was Lawrence County 57, Garrett County 30, Campbellsville 56, Mercer County 8, Lincoln County 42, Estill County 14, Anderson County 33, Grayson County 7, Washington County 34, Bethlehem 17, Knox Central 20, Marion County 19, and Bourbon County 48, Casey County nothing. Join Rick Shobin and Joe Mathis on Hometown Radio tonight from 6 to 7 for the Dairy Queen High School Pigskin Report at the Harrodsburg Dairy Queen on WHBN, AM and FM, WHIR, AM and FM, and streaming live at hometownlive.net. Labor Day Major League Baseball saw Cincinnati edge Toronto 5-4 in Great American Ballpark. The Reds scored 3 times in the bottom of the 9th after seeing the Blue Jays score 3 times in the top of the 9th. Elsewhere, the Red Sox topped the Guardians 6-4. It was the Athletics 11, Cardinals 3, Cubs 7, Braves 6 in 10, Phillies 10, Brewers 8, and the Mets 10, Tigers 8. Also winning Monday were the Astros, Giants, Nationals, Orioles, Rangers, Rays, and White Sox. Chase Briscoe won the Southern 500 Sunday night in the opening race of the NASCAR Cup playoffs. Briscoe led for 300 laps before his car developed handling problems on the final lap, just barely holding off Tyler Reddick and Eric Jones. Briscoe advances to the final 12 of the playoffs with 2 races left in the round of 16. 3 Americans remain alive in the quarterfinals of the U.S. Open tennis tournament. 4th seed Jessica Pegula and 8th seed Amanda Anamosa are in the women's final 8, while number 4 Taylor Fritz is in the men's quarterfinals. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, hims.com/joy.
Don't be a dirty driver. You can shine on and drive on with a clean vehicle from the original Thoroughbred Car Wash in Danville on Perryville Road. The original Thoroughbred Car Wash has 6 self-service bays and 8 vacuums and a touchless automatic wash that washes, waxes, and blow dries for that spotless wash that you'll be proud of. Find the original Thoroughbred Car Wash in Danville on Perryville Road, just down from Big Lots. Open 7 days a week for your convenience.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
Okay, Rayleigh Jofus, brought to you by our friends hanging out over at Danville Auto Body Shop, top-of-the-line collision auto body repair. Head to the mechanics over at Dabs. Danville Auto Body Shop, 315 Dillahay. Get a free estimate, and they work with your insurance company fixing water leaks, window motor repairs, cell damage, paintless tint repair. Danville Auto Body Shop. Sunshine, 83 and 57 is the high and low. Same thing tomorrow, and rain shower chances move in here on us on Thursday. Right now, it's 8:21 in the morning, and Randyism says his thoughts. The thoughts of Randy Graham. These are Randy Graham's thoughts. Take it away, Randy.
Good morning, Sir Joe in the Know, and what another great day it is to get up and get at 'em. Well, Joe, another Labor Day weekend behind us, which often seems the marking of the end of summer with pool closures and children back in school. However, also the beginning of both high school and college football seasons and cooler weather, so there's also new beginnings there as well. But I hope your Labor Day weekend went well. I celebrated mine by laboring, albeit in a gymnasium and driving between Danville and Somerset, but it was an eventful weekend for the listening area. Unlike in Chicago, where 52 were shot and 7 were killed, while the mayor and governor of Illinois still denying they need or wanting help from Trump sending in the National Guard to calm the streets, as was done in Washington, D.C. And why it should make us grateful growing up in central Kentucky away from that rot that is often brought on by large populated areas, especially those run by loony left liberal mayors and commissions. By the way, Joe, did you know the history of Labor Day? Why we celebrate it? Well, it was first instituted in 1894 by President Grover Cleveland after years of labor requesting such a day to celebrate those who labor. And in 1894, Congress passed a bill recognizing the first Monday of September as Labor Day and making it an official federal holiday. However, it only made it a holiday for federal workers until the late 1930s, when unions were encouraging workers to strike to make sure they got that day off as well. And thus the United States subsequently made Labor Day a statutory holiday for all. And some may say, well, why does it matter? Well, because as often shared here, the study of math and sciences will give America a technological edge in the future. It'll be the study of history that'll keep that future free. Because understanding who we are and how we got here gives us a sense of identity, leading to security, knowing the foundation of our beginning, whether that be family, religion, or country. But this weekend was eventful locally where the Happy Station is domiciled because, Joe, your alma mater, Danville High School, Admirals picked up their second win and under first-year head coach Admiral Stonebreaker as he is on the dual march and retaking the mantle of Titletown. Yeah, just give it a couple of years. So congratulations to both, yes, my brother and your alma mater, Joe, as well as my beloved Boyle County High School Rebels, 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 who also picked up a win as well, as they defeated the hypocrites from that election in private school that shall not be named. Some might say, well, what do you mean hypocrites? You know, Joe, the last 2 times I watched Boyle County play the hypocrites, I mean LCA, saw one of their players tackle our player after he was out of bounds. And then just this last Friday, I heard countering an official's call by yelling out, BS. Yeah, Bashir stuff, Biden stuff. Now I ask you, Joe, does that sound Christian? Yeah, the hypocrites. We got to keep a sense of humor. Sometimes life's too serious to take serious. But it was a great game to watch, albeit Boyle should have put it away with a 2-touchdown victory. But alas, such is life, and a victory with lessons learned. And then the Kentucky Wildcats and Louisville Cardinals were victorious as well. Did you get to see the Kentucky game, Joe? Of course, I was watching a more important game while the Wildcats were playing, meaning the Southern Elementary Braves 4th graders, where my decided granddaughter by immaculate acceptation, meaning 9-year-old Georgia girl, was cheering. And one might ask, well, why was that more important than the Wildcats? Well, I'm glad you asked. Because it was family, and as shared here before, and will again, since repetition is the mother of learning and father of knowledge. Because children identify who they are by families such as parents and grandparents until they attain the age of accountability where they start developing their own identity. And by attending such events as extracurricular activities, it builds up their self-image and attitude by seeing that what's important to them is also important to you. Yes, it helps build the foundation of their self-image and attitude. And why we should attend such events when we can, even over the Kentucky Wildcats. I mean, Joe, I could care diddly doo-doo when it comes to the Wildcats compared to the Southern Elementary Braves. But believe it's calling having one's priorities in order regarding which teams are the most important. You know, it's a small window we have to impact those young and impressionable minds. But doing so can help build, yes, that foundation that can last a lifetime. Sure, life sometimes gets in the way, like jobs or other issues and health that keeps us from attending the events. But we should try when possible. So, Joe, after the game, Georgia wanted to come back to Danville so we could practice some softball in the backyard and just hang out. And, of course, since I can already start to see that window of opportunity beginning to gradually close, where rah-rah is not as cool and as much fun as he used to be, I take advantage of that every opportunity I can, which is also fine and understandable as she is growing older because it's part of growing up in the cycle of life that they begin to have the confidence of taking on their own identity. I mean, after all, isn't that our goal, to raise positive children in a negative world? Yeah, raising positive children is about raising leadership where they begin to step out on their own and lead the way. But while driving in the car, Georgia brought up, well, rah-rah, I heard Donald Trump is trying to take away women's rights. Now, you got to understand, Joe, over the years indoctrinating her with truth regarding politics and history, I wasn't so sure she was just baiting me to hear what I'd say. So I asked, well, where did you hear that, Georgia? And she said, from a friend. Of course, nowadays with artificial intelligence, you don't know who they're actually saying is their friend. So after being assured it was a live body and not a chat box, I shared with her, well, obviously, Georgia, she probably heard that from her parents. Then I followed with some more of my indoctrination, teaching, and then followed with, now, Georgia, rah-rah will never intentionally tell you anything that is not true. And why I want you to know that you can share anything with me, any other grandparent, or your mom. And just so she got the message, Joe, I emphasize, and I mean you can share anything. Because that will mean even more when the children start getting older, say around 12, when hormones start raging, and facing pressures from peers. And just the security of hearing and knowing that they can share anything with you can be a tremendous release on their psychological well-being. So, of course, Joe, I couldn't sit there and allow some other person's parents or grandparents and indoctrinate my granddaughter. I wanted to give her ammunition to counter such falsehoods. So quickly followed with, well, Georgia, you know, the head of the All-American Justice Department, which means the attorney who brings charges against bad people. Did you know President Trump chose a girl named Pam Bondi to head that for the entire country? And did you know he appointed a girl by the name of Tulsi Gabbard to be head over the entire intelligence of the United States? And the Secretary of Homeland Security, meaning the person who guards our entire borders, is headed by a lady by the name of Kristi Noem. And this weekend, we're celebrating Labor Day. And did you know the head of the labor for the entire country is a female as well, that President Trump appointed? So just to be sure that it would be Georgia's decision, I asked her a question. So, Georgia, does it sound like Trump is taking away women's rights? Or does it sound more like he is empowering women? Yes, when it comes to indoctrinating our children, it's not so much what we say, but the way we say it, provided it's on a foundation of truth.
Randy Graham, the thoughts of Randy Graham. Those are Randyisms, Tuesdays and Thursdays, right here on the Joe Show at this time on WHIR Danville News Talk Sports. Hey, coming up in the next half hour, James the Gardener will be on here, gardening with James. We'll also see what's going on in Grub Gab, the world of food, and on this date in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history. 9 o'clock in the morning, Dusty at 9:10, and a Tuesday with Steph at 9:35.
Lee Kirkland, and I live in Harrisburg. We're with Welch Homes because I've known Christy since I was a child. She's always been such a good friend and a good person, so I decided to go with her on selling our first home, and she did such a great job for us that we ended up selling and buying about 4 properties through her. She made everything happen quickly, and everything was smoothly, and I would recommend Welch Homes to anybody who is trying to purchase or sell their property.
Welch Homes Real Estate. Welcome home with Welch Homes.
This is the Kentucky News Network. A hiker has died after falling 40 feet Saturday afternoon in the Red River Gorge. The hiker is said to have fell from the Whittletown Arch, according to Powell County Search and Rescue. Witnesses say about 25 to 30 people were nearby when it happened. Crews found the man in critical condition on the rocks underneath the arch. He was airlifted to UK Hospital, where he later died from his injuries. The identity of the hiker has not been released at this time. A woman has died after a pack of dogs attacked her Friday afternoon. That took place around 2:30 as 44-year-old Priscilla Jones walked along Sandy Branch in the Flat Lick community. That's when the pack of dogs attacked, forcing her to scream for help. She couldn't communicate with first responders after the attack. Jones was taken to Barberville ARH Hospital, where she was later pronounced dead. The Knox County Sheriff's Office continues to investigate. Meantime, a person airlifted to a hospital after their kayak capsizes near the Wolf Creek Dam Monday morning. Russell County search and rescue officials found the person with a personal flotation device and was pulled out of the water by a nearby boater. That person reportedly ingested a life-threatening amount of water. They were airlifted to UK Hospital in critical condition. There's been no update on this individual. And Laurel County Police arrest a man after a traffic safety checkpoint taking place after midnight Sunday morning. Officers stopped a vehicle with 39-year-old Brian D. Winberry of Richmond as the passenger. A K-9 unit got the scent of narcotics and led officers to a white substance in a plastic bag carried in Winberry's pants pocket. Police reported more of the substance was also found in a gold container where Winberry was sitting. He was arrested and taken to the Laurel County Detention Center for charges of public intoxication and cocaine possession. I'm Lee Mowen.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Hi, it's Daryl, the cigar sommelier and owner of Smokin' Bourbon. I know you guys have been waiting, but the wait is over. We are now open for business. So come on down to Smokin' Bourbon, where you can smoke, sip, and chill.
Central Kentucky's newest cigar bar in Danville by the bowling alley in the Greenleaf Shopping Center. This big boss atmosphere is veteran-owned with connoisseur quality cigars and bourbon, creating a social destination. For more information, go to smoke-in-bourbon.com.
Now open.
Discover the power of radio. If you want your business to generate more store traffic, then you need to advertise. As a business owner, you already know that continuous store traffic is the first step towards sales increases and expanding your base of shoppers. Get the exposure you need with radio. Discover the power of radio.
Promote your business to thousands of potential customers every week. To learn more, go online to advertisecentralkentucky.com. That's advertisecentralkentucky.com.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. Kentucky State Police is warning people of attempted fraudulent sales of land in Garrett County. KSP says that in these cases, scammers are attempting to sell property they do not own by creating false listings and posing as licensed realtors. KSP says you can protect yourself by always verifying the seller's identity and confirming property ownership through the clerk's office. Be cautious of listing or prices that seem too good to be true, and never exchange money or personal information until all details have been properly verified. Lincoln County Schools is back next Monday after a long delay to begin the school year due to unforeseen conditions discovered during the ongoing renovation process at the high school. The beginning of the school year is almost here. School at Lincoln County begins next Monday, September 8th. Meanwhile, the board has already agreed to begin phase 2 of the renovation process, which includes a new and safer high school front entrance plaza with concrete work, turf infills for both baseball and softball, in addition to the field house to better serve students and athletes. A Lexington man has died after a car crash on I-75. It happened on Sunday on I-75 North near mile marker 124 when a witness told the sheriff's office that a car appeared to be speeding when it exited the road and hit a rock, which caused that vehicle to flip. The coroner's office identified the victim as 63-year-old Lexington native Wesley Keith Ritchie. Ritchie was pronounced dead on scene. Garrett County deputies came together to help out one of their own. The Garrett Sheriff's Office said that one of their deputies, Jason Poole, was recently injured and faces a long road to recovery. In an effort to ease those challenges, deputies and staff members from the Garrett Sheriff's Office spent a day helping Poole with yard work and building a ramp for easier access to the home. The Sheriff's Office emphasized that their effort reflects not just a commitment to service to the community, but to one another as well. And it's September, and as we flip the calendar, we will get some much-needed rain. In August, that will go down as the second driest on record in the Lexington area. We expect rain showers to hit us this Thursday, as well as another quick-moving system in here on Friday. We do expect highs toward the weekend to get to the upper 60s and low 70s, and lows in the 40s. I'm Joe Mathis.
Big deals. 1, 2, 3. Oh, hi. Jenny here. Just counting all the dollars I saved at my local Big Deals online store. What? You haven't saved yet? Get on it. You'll love the great selection of gift certificates at discount prices. They make great gifts, too. And you can shop right from your phone. Nothing satisfies like counting all those savings. Now let me get back to it. 6, 7, 8.
Go to hometownlive.net to shop and save at the Big Deals online store. You can also find links to download the free Big Deals Media app for your phone. Works on Apple and Android cells. Shop quickly and access all your mobile Big Deal certificates easily for redemption. You can also easily send a mobile certificate to someone else to use via email. Check it out and join the thousands that save with Big Deal certificates to local businesses.
Shop and save with Big Deals at hometownlive.net. That's hometownlive.net.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
Ask Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance Agency in Danville if auto owners make sense for you. Call me, Mark Dexter, or Chris Reitmeyer at 236-6686.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
Okay, Rayleigh Joe brought to you by the Little Sign Shop and our new owners and operators. They offer all types of quality signs at affordable prices. Many within 24 hours are available. They're in Danville, where 2nd and 4th Street meet. Call them 859-238-7391. Mostly sunny, 83 and 57 is the high and low. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and 83. Thursday, rain shower chances, and that'll be the best day of rain that we've gotten in quite some time. And a high Thursday of 75. Right now, it's 8:37 in the morning, and we are looking at 59 degrees on this Tuesday, the second day of September. Pimmy! What you got going on for you? Wedding planning with Pim.
Hi, I'm Pim Stewart Clark, and this is Wedding Planning with Pim. Las Vegas and eloping are synonymous for good reason. Getting married in Vegas is easy, fast, and stress-free. It can also be incredibly tacky, but that's half the attraction. Couples head to the desert and hire Elvis to pronounce the vows. But hey, there are 4 practical reasons to consider Las Vegas. First, a wedding can cost under $200, or if you want something special. Second, it really couldn't get any easier. One phone call and the limo picks you up, assuming you have to leave your hotel. Third, there's no red tape. You can get married with no waiting period, no blood test, and the license office is open 365 days a year. And fourth, Vegas rocks around the clock with gambling, big-name shows, even fun activities for kids. Whatever else you can say about Vegas, it's not boring. Vegas weddings first became popular and achieved notoriety in the decades before no-fault divorce and before churches developed a more tolerant position on second marriages. In those pre-Elvis days, Nevada was the only state where quickie divorces and weddings were possible. Vegas lost that legal monopoly in recent decades, and now it's almost as easy to get married in any of the other 49 states. But the mystique of a Vegas wedding still holds. I don't have a love note. Instead, a bit of trivia. Do you know what famous actor was married 8 times to 8 different women in Las Vegas? Mickey Rooney.
With Robinhood, not only can you trade individual stocks and ETFs, you can also seamlessly buy and sell crypto at low costs. Trade all in one place. Get started now on Robinhood. Trading crypto involves significant risk. Crypto trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Crypto LLC. Robinhood Crypto is licensed to engage in virtual currency business activity by the New York State Department of Financial Services. Crypto held through Robinhood Crypto is not FDIC insured or SIPC protected. Investing involves risk, including loss of principal. Securities trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC, a registered broker-dealer.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
This message is from Sunrise Children's Services. Did you know Sunrise Children's Services, One Bridge to Hope, will care for girls who have been victims of human trafficking? Go to sunrise.org/trivia and answer this week's trivia question. Sunrise.org/trivia. The question, One Bridge to Hope will care for girls who have been victims of what? Your answer, human trafficking. Go to sunrise.org/trivia to enter. Sunrise.org/trivia. Good luck.
Bright Leaf Golf Resort invites local golfers to come out and enjoy golf. Monday through Thursday, play with cart for just $45. Friday through Sunday is $50. Try our par 3 at night. And when you're hungry, swing by the 19th Hole Restaurant. Bright Leaf Golf Resort in Harrodsburg.
Time out for sports this weekend with
VSiN Sports Shows
on WHIR AM 1230.
Woo! There we go. 8:42 in the morning, 59 degrees on this Tuesday, second day of the month of September. 859-238-WHIR. Phone number to call in, 238-9447. My wife, Rebecca, went to Costco on Sunday to do some grocery shopping. And apparently Costco is offering this new executive membership tier. It lets customers start shopping an hour earlier than other customers. So if you are an executive member, you can not have to deal with just the insanity of being at Costco for this new executive membership.
Attention Costco members, your membership is about to get even better.
Cool.
Introducing our new membership upgrades. Starting today, executive membership holders can now start shopping at 9 a.m. instead of 10 a.m. That's an extra hour of savings.
Well, that's pretty neat.
But that's not all. Our premium executive gold membership holders can now shop at 5 a.m.
Yeah, I don't really want to shop that early, but...
And for an extra $2,000 a month, our premium platinum executive extreme gold, platinum, silver, diamond membership holders can shop at 1 a.m. Plus, you can get 5 minutes to run through the store and grab as much stuff as you can for free, supermarket sweep style.
I just want the normal membership.
Suit yourself, loser.
Hey.
The new Costco memberships. Sign up today.
I'll see what's going on in the Grub Gab world, where food reigns. Here we go. Grub Gab, the world of food. Starting off with Sonic, where there's a new addition to the Sonic $1.99 menu with a barbecue ranch crispy chicken tender wrap. It features an all-white meat chicken tender, lettuce, mater, shredded cheddar cheese, and barbecue ranch sauce wrapped in a flour tortilla. The new wrap joins the $1.99 menu that includes the Frito Chili Cheese Jr. wrap and the Cheesy Baja Crispy Chicken Tender wrap. The Frito Chili Cheese Jr. wrap contains chili, shredded cheddar cheese, and Fritos in a soft flour tortilla. The Cheesy Baja Crispy Tender wrap includes a crispy chicken tender, lettuce, tomato, shredded cheddar cheese, and a Baja sauce wrap in a soft flour tortilla. The Sonic Barbecue Crispy Chicken Tender Wrap, available now, LTO, limited time only, at Sonic locations nationwide. Popeyes fans are excited because the Popeyes Caramel Apple Cheesecake Cup is so back for a second fall season. The dessert features sweet, tangy caramel apple filling with creamy cheesecake and a buttery graham cracker crust. It's all served in a cup. It's a limited time available item at participating Popeyes locations. Comments include, "It smells like the smell of fall in Michael's or something. I'm literally not kidding." Another said, "I liked it. The crust is banging too. too. Others say the caramel apple flavor could be the new flavor for the fall, taking over pumpkin spice. The Popeyes Caramel Apple Cheesecake Cup, available now at participating Popeyes locations nationwide. You can also check the Popeyes site or app to see if you can get one in your local store. And Pizza Hut just launched 2 new crispy chicken pizzas at participating locations nationwide. Prices start at $13.99, and the details look like this. The Nashville Hot Chicken Pizza, crispy chicken topped with a hot peppery sauce to really bring the heat. And the Chicken Bacon Ranch Pizza features crispy chicken and smoky bacon with Cool Ranch to even out the flavors. The new Pizza Hut Crispy Chicken Pizzas available until November 9th at participating Pizza Hut locations nationwide. Pizza Hut launches the new Crispy Chicken Pizzas, Nashville Hot Chicken and Chicken Bacon Ranch are the flavors. Popeyes brings back the Caramel Apple Cheesecake Cup. And Sonic introduces Barbecue Ranch Crispy Chicken Tender Wraps. You gotta eat it at Grub Gab, the world of food. It's 8:46 in the morning. We see what's gone on this date in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history coming up next on The Joe Show.
Got pain? Curamin is your safe, effective answer. Curamin from Terry Naturally doesn't just mask pain. It gets to the source and stops it. Get results or your money back. Got pain? Get Curamin.
On sale now at 25% off only at the Danville Nutrition Center. We are located at 802 South 4th Street in Danville.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA, and this product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Curamin is for the use of occasional muscle pain due to exercise or overuse.
Local high school football at Hometown Radio Network.
This is Gary True, voice of the Mercer County Football Titans. Listen to every game on WHBN.
This is Scott Bowen, voice of the Garrett County Golden Lions. Hear the games on Z105.
This is Gunnar Floyd, voice of the Danville Admirals. Listen to every Danville Admiral football game on WHIR.
This is Steve Bertram inviting you to join us for Boyle County High School football on Z105.
All games streamed live at hometownlive.net.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. Kentucky opened the season with a 24-16 win over Toledo Saturday at Kroger Field. For the day, the UK defense outshined the Cats' fairly quiet offense. Kentucky begins SEC play this Saturday afternoon when they host number 21 Ole Miss on Z105. The Rebels, who routed Georgia State 63-7, are 10-point favorites. 4 top 10 teams went down. Number 1 Texas fell to number 3 Ohio State 14-7, while number 4 Clemson, number 8 Alabama, and number 10 Notre Dame were all beaten. In other college scores Saturday, it was Louisville over Eastern Kentucky 51-17, and Western Kentucky defeated North Alabama 55-6. This week, Center College opens the season with Hanover Saturday night at 7 at Joe McDaniel Field. Louisville hosts James Madison Friday night. Saturday, Western Kentucky's at Toledo, and Eastern Kentucky entertains Houston Christian. In Week 2 of high school football over the weekend, Boyle County escaped Lexington Christian 28-21. Danville moved to 2-0 with a 12-10 win over Fairdale. It was Lawrence County 57, Garrett County 30, Campbellsville 56, Mercer County 8, Lincoln County 42, Estill County 14, Anderson County 33, Grayson County 7, Washington County 34, Bethlehem 17, Knox Central 20, Marion County 19, and Bourbon County 48, Casey County nothing. Join Rick Shobin and Joe Mathis on Hometown Radio tonight from 6 to 7 for the Dairy Queen High School Pigskin Report at the Harrodsburg Dairy Queen on WHBN, AM and FM, WHIR, AM and FM, and streaming live at hometownlive.net. Labor Day Major League Baseball saw Cincinnati edge Toronto 5-4 in Great American Ballpark. The Reds scored 3 times in the bottom of the ninth after seeing the Blue Jays score 3 times in the top of the ninth. Elsewhere, the Red Sox topped the Guardians 6-4. It was the Athletics 11, Cardinals 3, Cubs 7, Braves 6 in 10, Phillies 10, Brewers 8, and the Mets 10, Tigers 8. Also winning Monday were the Astros, Giants, Nationals, Orioles, Rangers, Rays, and White Sox. Chase Briscoe won the Southern 500 Sunday night in the opening race of the NASCAR Cup playoffs. Briscoe led for 300 laps before his car developed handling problems on the final lap, just barely holding off Tyler Reddick and Eric Jones. Briscoe advances to the final 12 of the playoffs with 2 races left in the round of 16. 3 Americans remain alive in the quarterfinals of the U.S. Open tennis tournament. 4th seed Jessica Pegula and 8th seed Amanda Anamosa are in the women's final 8, while number 4 Taylor Fritz is in the men's quarterfinals. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Introducing Pizza Hut's new Crafted Flats. 5 handcrafted recipes for mature appetites only. We've censored this commercial to prevent children from hearing about the grown-up flavors, including the ultimate, loaded with and peppers. And for limited time, the Nashville Hot, stacked with crispy chicken. And the Chicken Bacon Ranch, topped with bacon and drizzled with fresh. Order all 5 Crafted Flats for $5 each till 5 p.m. and available till close. No one out-pizzas the Hut. $5 pricing available until 5 p.m. only. Prices may vary after 5 p.m. Additional charge for extra toppings and cheese. Product availability, prices, and participation vary. Taxes, tip, and delivery fees not included.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
Okay, James the Gardener's in studio. The Big Deals online store, hometownlive.net. Shop and save on gift certificates to local businesses at big-time discounts. Up to 50% every single day. Big Deals online store, hometownlive.net. Sunny today and tomorrow with about 83 or so as the high. Best chance that we get for rain, we haven't said that word in a long time, is Thursday with about a 80% chance and a half an inch of rain possible, high of 75, and then back to sunshine on Football Friday. Right now, 8:53 in the morning. It is 60 degrees, Tuesday, the 2nd day of September, and James the Gardener's in studio, Gardening with James.
And now, for the next few minutes, the man with the jolly green thumb and the big straw hat is going to tell us where it's at. Gardening with James, that's the name. Growing good food, that's our aim. Working in our garden every day. Well, we might not be all that pretty, but we don't mind getting all dirty and gritty, growing our food the natural way. Yes, we're gardening with James, the natural way. Let's dig it, James.
All right, then, James the Gardener, Gardening with James. What's going on with James today?
What's up, Joe?
You doing all right, James?
I'm doing good.
Good,
I'm doing good. I tried to have a laborless holiday weekend.
Right.
You know, it worked out fairly well, you know, where I had a chance to sit down and actually get some rest in, but still had to do some work. And but all in all, it turned out to be a good weekend, you know, and right now there's a lot of people who are preparing for the fall in their gardens, clean up, cut back, because, you know, there's bushes and shrubs that have grown all year long, and some of them are huge. So, you know, you got to have, you know, some extra tools when you go out, you know, this time around in order to try to get it all cut back. But now's a great time to do that because, because after September, then it's October. Now it's starting to get cold. But there's also a lot of people out there who are putting in their last of their vegetables for their fall vegetables, their carrots, their beets, and, underground type stuff. So it's a lot going on, a lot of activity still in the garden where people are trying to get those last minutes in. I've talked to folks from the farmers markets, and they're still trying to get, their fall gardens going because they'll be, I guess, still doing the farmers market for at least another month or so. So it's still pretty busy. It's still pretty busy season. So all I can say is try to get, and I like to say if you're done with your garden and you ain't going to do no more, clean it up and sit back and relax.
Hit the shutdown button.
Hit the shutdown button, so this way you can relax and just go to a farmer's market, and grab the things that you need that's fresh out of the garden.
Gardening with James, Tuesdays and Thursdays right here on the Joe Show at this time. All right, James, appreciate you being on.
No problem.
Before you go, we've got some music queued up for this date in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history. How's that sound?
Let's do
it. It was on this day, James, 79 years ago, where this man was born. Would have been 79 years old today. One of the great keyboard players of all time. Good singer as well. Billy Preston would have had a birthday today. Billy Preston had this one as a number one back in 1973, a song called Will It Go Round in Circles. He also played keyboard in basically every song on the Beatles' Let It Be album. He wasn't supposed to, but in the documentary he shows up to the Apple recording studios, and the Beatles are like, hey, we need a keyboard player. Will you play?
That's right.
Like, he just showed up just to hang out. Like, hey, what are you all up to?
Yeah.
They're like, will you play? Sure, why not?
That's right.
He plays on like all the tracks basically on that album too. Billy Preston, 79 years old, would have had a birthday today. He died back in June of 2006.
I've got a story, ain't got no mind of let the bad guy win every once in a while. When it go round in circles.
It was on this day in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history, 1968. This group released a cover version of the Bob Dylan song, All Along the Watchtower. This group, of course, Jimi Hendrix Experience on this date, 1968. Released this one. Song became Jimi Hendrix's biggest hit in the U.S. up to that point, landed in the top 20, would later influence Bob Dylan's live renditions of this song. In a 1995 interview with South Florida Sun-Sentinel, Bob Dylan described hearing Hendrix's version, said, quote, "It overwhelmed me, really. He had such talent. He could find things inside a song and vigorously develop them. He found things that other people wouldn't think of finding in there." On this date, 1968, Jimi Hendrix released All Along the Watchtower, a cover of the Bob Dylan song. It was on this day in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history in 1995. This artist went to number one on the U.S. singles charts with this one.
Another day is gone. I'm still all alone.
Michael Jackson with the song You Are Not Alone. Trivia question, do you know who wrote this song?
Nope.
An artist by the name of R. Kelly wrote this song for Michael Jackson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You Are Not Alone. It holds a Guinness World Record as the first song in the 37-year history of the Billboard charts to debut at number one. I mean, it came on the charts at number one.
Yeah.
On this date, 1995, Michael Jackson, You Are Not Alone.
Every day I see it as myself. How did I slip
And it was on this day, real quickly, 2005, where this artist became only the fifth artist ever to hold the top two spots on the charts.
I didn't mean it when I said I did.
Mariah Carey was at number 1 with We Belong Together, and another single of hers called Shake It Off was at number 2. So she had the 1 and 2 songs in the charts on this date in 2005. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. Here's news.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
It's 9 o'clock.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. The House Oversight Committee is meeting with victims of the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell today. Chairman James Comer made the announcement Sunday, while the survivors are also set for a news conference Wednesday on Capitol Hill with Representatives Thomas Massie, Republican, and Democrat Ro Khanna. President Trump is expected to make a mystery announcement from the Oval Office today. The White House isn't saying exactly what the announcement is about, but it's on his schedule for 2 p.m. Eastern. NBC News reports, according to their sources, they were told only that it will have to do with defense. And the mayor of Chicago is telling ICE agents to chill. Rory O'Neill reports.
Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson sounding defiant at a Labor Day rally, saying that no federal troops and no militarized force would be welcomed in the city of Chicago. The mayor's rhetoric came as Chicago reported a violent holiday weekend. Police say at least 54 people were shot, including 7 who died. Trump administration officials have said an ICE blitz to combat crime is set to take place in Chicago in the coming days. I'm Rory O'Neill.
Missouri will take up redistricting in a special session of the state legislature. More from Brian Shook.
Missouri Governor Mike Keogh made the announcement while unveiling a proposed congressional map of the Republican-led state, adding he wants to start this week. The move comes after California lawmakers recently approved a special election for voters to decide on Democratic-led redistricting maps. Keogh's announcement came the same day Republican Governor Greg Abbott signed into law new maps in Texas. I'm Brian Shook.
Sunday's earthquake in Afghanistan has killed more than 1,100 people. Some 3,250 people have been reported injured so far as rescuers try to deal with rugged terrain in the country's mountainous east. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Your business with thousands of engaged local consumers in one unforgettable evening? Join us at Wine on the River Louisville on October 11th at the Belvedere, a premier tasting event where wine, food, music, and community come together. As a vendor or sponsor, you'll gain valuable exposure, build brand awareness, and create lasting impressions with a crowd that loves to support local. Ready to pour into something big? Visit wineontheriverlou.com to inquire today. That's wineontheriverlou.com.
Do you have an invention idea but don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp today. We have representatives nationwide who will explain the InventHelp process step by step. Over 10,000 patents have been secured through InventHelp's patent referral services. The InventHelp databank includes thousands of companies who have agreed to review new ideas. We've been helping inventors since 1984. Let's help you next. Get started today.
Call us for free information at 1-800-558-5497. Again, 1-800-558-5497.
The Federal Trade Commission is warning Google about playing politics. Mark Mayfield with details.
FTC Chair Andrew Ferguson sent a letter to Alphabet CEO Sundar Pichai late last week with reported concerns that Gmail's spam filters routinely block Republican-sent messages from reaching consumers, but do not block similar messages sent by Democrats. Google says its spam filter criteria is applied equally to all senders, regardless of political ideology.
The FAA is blaming staffing issues for the latest ground stops issued yesterday at Newark Airport as folks travel for the Labor Day weekend. Scott Pringle with more.
Officials had to order a ground stop early Monday afternoon and then another one late in the afternoon. That caused delays on arriving flights on a very busy travel day. Staffing issues to blame. Newark also had disruptions last Thursday when a ground stop was issued. Over recent months, the airport has been plagued by staffing and equipment issues leading to many disruptions. Meanwhile, JFK and LaGuardia airports, they had dozens of delays on Labor Day.
Police are on the hunt for a man who crashed a wedding reception in Glendale, California, and stole from the newlyweds. Daniel Martindale with that story.
It happened on Saturday night in one of the ballrooms at Renaissance Banquet. The couple says the man stole upwards of $100,000 in cash, gift cards, and checks given to them by family and friends. Surveillance footage shows a man who was allegedly not invited to the wedding making off with a box containing all the valuables as people celebrated around him, unaware of what was going on. The man went unnoticed by security, slipped away, and drove off. I'm Daniel Martindale.
Nestle's CEO has been fired over an undisclosed relationship with a subordinate. The Swiss food giant announced Monday the dismissal of Laurent Frey was effective immediately. He'd been promoted to CEO last year. Michael Kastner, NBC News.
The truth and nothing but. This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
They actually put out a statement from the executive on the board of Bed Bath & Beyond, and they put it on Twitter, and he said they're not going to open up any retail stores in California. This isn't about politics. It's about the reality of California's system makes it nearly impossible for businesses to succeed, and I won't put our company, our employees, or our customers in that position. It's not about politics. Higher taxes, higher fees, higher wages that many businesses simply cannot sustain, and endless regulations that strangle growth. That sums up the Democratic Party today. None of this is surprising to me. No course correction, no introspection, nothing. And I wouldn't expect it either.
Keeping you on the straight path. Later today, it's the Sean Hannity Show.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. You know, I've been buying precious metals. Somebody gave me great advice. I'm so grateful every day that I did, and I've been doing it for decades. Every paycheck I get, no matter what, I put aside a portion of money to diversify into precious metals. Now, especially during uncertain times. Remember the 2008 financial crisis. Who do I choose to make my gold and silver purchases with? What company do I now use? Who do I trust? Well, I've been partnering with a great company for 3 years. I am a customer. The company's called Gold Co. Gold Co. will send you right now a free 2025 gold and silver kit to learn more about diversifying with precious metals. Now, this kit from Gold Co. has been a huge help to me. I think you'll learn a valuable lesson. You'll also learn about their unlimited bonus silver offer. Now, you're not going to want to miss out. All you have to do is call, no obligation, 855-815-GOLD, or just go to HannityGold.com. That's 855-815-GOLD, or go to the website HannityGold.com.
Step into Papa's Quick Stop number 7 across from the Boyle County Fairgrounds and discover the enchanting world of Candleberry candles in the huge Candleberry Corner. Refresh your world with an array of fresh cargo scents for your car for just $1.99. Tantalizing tarts, $7.99. Delightful room sprays for $9.50. Small jars are $14.99. Large jars, $25.99. Grand candy jars for $89.99. And the large selection of cookie jars for that special someone at $159.99. Visit Papa's Quick Stop number 7 across the Boyle County Fairgrounds on the bypass for an exhilarating experience like no other.
Sutton Pharmacy, friendly service from people you know. Generations of serving our community, immunizations, prescriptions, and so much more. Helpful people, free local delivery, mobile app refills right to your door. Visit SuttonRx.com. Sutton Pharmacy, friendly service from people you know.
In Lancaster on Maple Avenue.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. Kentucky State Police is warning people of attempted fraudulent sales of land in Garrett County. KSP says that in these cases, scammers are attempting to sell property they do not own by creating false listings and posing as licensed realtors. KSP says you can protect yourself by always verifying the seller's identity and confirming property ownership through the clerk's office. Be cautious of listing or prices that seem too good to be true, and never exchange money or personal information until all details have been properly verified. Lincoln County Schools is back next Monday after a long delay to begin the school year due to unforeseen conditions discovered during the ongoing renovation process at the high school. The beginning of the school year is almost here. School at Lincoln County begins next Monday, September 8th. Meanwhile, the board has already agreed to begin phase 2 of the renovation process, which includes a new and safer high school front entrance plaza with concrete work, turf infills for both baseball and softball, in addition to the field house to better serve students and athletes. A Lexington man has died after a car crash on I-75. It happened on Sunday on I-75 North near mile marker 124 when a witness told the sheriff's office that a car appeared to be speeding when it exited the road and hit a rock, which caused that vehicle to flip. The coroner's office identified the victim as 63-year-old Lexington native Wesley Keith Ritchie. Ritchie was pronounced dead on scene. Garrett County deputies came together to help out one of their own. The Garrett Sheriff's Office said that one of their deputies, Jason Poole, was recently injured and faces a long road to recovery. In an effort to ease those challenges, deputies and staff members from the Garrett Sheriff's Office spent a day helping Poole with yard work and building a ramp for easier access to the home. The Sheriff's Office emphasized that their effort reflects not just a commitment to service to the community, but to one another as well. And it's September, and as we flip the calendar, we will get some much-needed rain. After an August that will go down as the second driest on record in the Lexington area, we expect rain showers to hit us this Thursday, as well as another quick-moving system in here on Friday. We do expect highs toward the weekend to get into the upper 60s and low 70s, and lows in the 40s. I'm Joe Mathis.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
All righty there, Rayleigh Joe, brought to you by Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance, your local independent insurance agency. Proudly representing the Auto Owners Insurance Company. Call Mark or Chris. They'd love to give you a free quote. 859-236-6686. Sunny at 83 is the high today. 83 tomorrow on our Wednesday. Thursday, sunshine early, rain showers later. Well, I'm not an expert in allergies. I'm not an allergist, but I feel like the rain would help out, right? Like right now it's so dry. Like you just walk in the backyard.
Wait, when's the rain?
Thursday.
No, you can't. You're going to have to put that off, Joe.
Oh, that's right. It's first Thursday.
Yeah, I can't have that on Thursday.
Downtown downbeats.
You're going to have to do something about that. Call your guy.
Showers likely before 8 o'clock.
Well, okay, so 6 o'clock? Shower, yeah. That would still be a bad timing there, Joe.
Still not good.
Let's not do that. And I agree. Like the whole, it's just dusty. I'm dusty, and it's dusty outside.
When I was walking in my backyard, me and Jack were playing backyard football yesterday, and we were barefoot, and it was almost walking, hurting my feet.
Yeah, it's crunchy.
Like the grass is so hard and crunchy and sharp.
We haven't mowed our lawn in a long time. And it's just because it's so dry, and I don't want I feel like if I mow it now, it would just be all brown, just be all brown and dead.
I mowed it last week, and it was my front yard needed a little bit more in my backyard, but I'm not just going to mow the front.
Right.
It was one of those where I was mowing the back, and I couldn't tell where one line ended and the next line began when I was mowing.
Yeah,
that's how little I needed to mow the backyard. It was hard to see my lines.
Oh, but no, you're going to have to change that. You're going to have to do something about Thursday.
Hoping for some better weather than on Thursday.
But I will say, and I will double check this. There has been before I commit to it, right? It's put some caveats around this. The last time we had a rain threat for the previous downtown downbeats with J.D. Shelburne, we reached out to a local venue there in the downtown area to see if we had a backup plan, because it's harder for us and the musician to sit there and try to reschedule a date, right? Because a lot of times your date is already either booked or we're booking this in so far advance that just to be well, can you come next week? It just doesn't work out, right? Especially with the upcoming act that we have for this Thursday, Candy Jenkins. She is popular and growing in popularity, and so I think I got her early. Right, and so that way it's so I'm hoping we can still have her because she's booked out. She's going to be going on tour here soon, and it's rescheduling those dates is almost going to be impossible. So instead, we reached out to a local venue to have a backup place, so that way everybody can still come downtown.
Okay,
just be inside an indoor event. But let me double check for this week, and then I'll let you know.
Okay.
So that way you can spread the word.
That's good.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
So that way Downtown Downbeats is still on schedule. We will still have an event. It just might not be in Whizziger Park. It might be inside somewhere. But it'll still be downtown.
Well, I'm trying to think
still free.
What would be a downtown inside venue?
Well, it's currently it's a church. And so they have a nice space there.
Oh, okay.
And plus, we we didn't install the sound system, but we helped out and fixed it, so we have a good relationship with that venue, and like we know what we're doing, and so it's more like, hey, we can still have the event here. I'll make sure that, if we unhook everything, we'll hook everything back up, but we'll also just still use our sound system. We just kind of need the stage and the space and a roof over our head, right?
Yeah.
But hopefully that still happens for this Thursday.
Okay,
and as far as I know, I think it should still be good. I just don't want to be like, oh, yeah, you could totally come here, and then be like, no, you can't, sorry.
I got you.
Right.
So we're hoping, first of all, good weather.
Yes, good
weather.
weather.
Don't have to worry. It's just going to be outside
Yes.
I don't even mind if it's overcast.
Oh,
Right?
overcast is fine.
skies.
Yeah, I know. I will take a slight breeze,
A
but
little chilly, not cold, but
not
a nice
cold,
little breeze.
a nice little breeze, but
cooling us off.
only during the song breaks, like in between songs. Like during the song, if you can kind of keep that wind down for the old one-handed sound tech.
Yes. I saw Dusty someday at Zaxby's, and he looked a little different than what he did when I saw Friday. He had like a cast on his hand.
Yes.
Dusty suffered not a work injury, but a home injury.
A home injury, yeah. So this is my emergency room cast. I still have to schedule my ortho appointment. But on my left hand, I broke the ring finger metacarpal in it.
That's the bone underneath the knuckle, right? Like
Yes,
the wrist.
yes, it's that bone. Yeah.
So
yeah.
if you're looking at your hand, like I can see mine, like
Yes,
right here, and it
then-
goes from the knuckle down to the wrist.
And
you broke
that's what I broke. Yeah. Well, so they called it a fracture, and I was like, so did they break it? And they're like, well, yeah, fracture's broken. And I was like, I thought broken was like it's gonna be like popping out of my skin. Right?
I thought a fracture was like it's the same thing.
Yeah.
But a break is like all the way through, whereas a fracture is just like it's just got a little bit of break.
But it's still broken.
You can break a coffee mug,
right?
And you can chip the top of it, and the mug is still broken. You fractured it,
yeah.
but if I drop a concrete and it shatters into a million pieces, then it's broken all the way through. That's how I always put a fracture to a break.
Well, and that's what I asked the yard dog. She was like, no, they're the same thing. And I was like, I don't feel like it's the same thing.
You said you heard it crack and pop afterwards.
Well, yeah. So what happened?
It makes it to me seem like it disintegrated. You just got bones floating around in your
Well,
hand.
I think the cracking and popping were my fingers dislocating.
Oh.
Because what I did was, I decided to build my kids a tree house. And
it's a nice little tree house.
Thank you.
I'll pitch a good job on it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
It's 16 feet long and 12 feet wide.
Okay. It's like a platform more or so, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
You're going to have live concerts on your treehouse platform out in your house.
I don't know. We could probably do a single guitar, maybe.
You don't think you can fit a whole band up there?
I don't think we're fitting Vinyl Richie's 8 pieces with a drum kit, keys, all the horns and the dancing. I don't think we're getting that far.
Okay.
But so you have to drill into the tree to plant your anchor lags, right? Like those are the lags that your main board, so that way your other boards can fit on that. Like it's the main support. And so I started it Friday night because I was feeling all gung-ho about it. My wood was delivered on time because there's 16-foot pieces of wood, and I just thought, how am I going to get this? And so I just had them deliver it, right? And so they set it in the correct spot. My signage worked. And so I was all happy and pumped up about it. I get my brand new boring bit, or as we like to call them at work, long exciting bits. And so I was drilling into that tree, and I had my torque up, and then all of a sudden it got caught, and then it just whipped my hand around.
And I mean, it's whipping so quick, you don't have time to react. It's just your hand just whips.
Yeah,
with
it's like, imagine the spinning bit, right? It's going pretty fast, and all of a sudden, instead of the bit spinning, the drill spins around.
And so, like, you, without time to react, or still hold on to the drill, and it
Yes.
twists your hand in a way to where your metacarpal breaks.
Yes.
With
And then-
such force.
Correct. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
people can really envision this.
Yeah. And then so I like blinding pain. I'm standing
Yeah, I was
on
saying,
the
how about that
ladder.
hurt?
Yeah. And so I jump off, like I heard the cracking and the popping, and it's in a glove. I was wearing work gloves.
Yeah, smart.
And so I put my hand, I grip it with my right hand, and then I like move my hand around, and I hear more cracking and popping. But then that felt a little better.
You're making me move.
Yeah, a little skirmish over there,
Yeah.
Jeff. But okay, so I just imagine, like I see this all the time on the NFL. Speaking of football, right? It's that like you hear about like linemen and stuff. They'll dislocate their hand or dislocate their fingers, and then they just set them back in place, and then they just go on.
they're just back out
Yeah,
there.
they're just back out there. So I was like,
what they do is they wrap their hand up in a club.
Right.
And
Yeah.
they beat people over the helmet.
so that's what I'm hoping to get.
Or a big club.
I want a big club. But so I just, I cracked it and it felt better. And then I was so mad then. And so I finally managed to wiggle that thing out and undo it. And I was like bear hugging the drill because I could use my hand because it hurt.
It hurt bad.
Yeah. And so I finally got it out and I finally got the board up. And then I went in and I told my wife about it. And she, of course, is mad.
She wasn't even thrilled on Sunday when I saw her at Zaxby's. I was like, this man has his fair share of injuries. He cut his own leg with a chainsaw. He broke his metacarpal with a drill.
Yep.
And she's just like, no, you're just shaking her head. You're like, it's ridiculous.
And so we were debating on whether to go to the hospital because my hand was swollen. Luckily, I mean, this is how smart my wife is. She was like, take off your ring right now. because it's my left hand.
It would swell up. You'll be able to get rid of it.
Exactly, and it's tungsten, so it's not. Yeah, they have to like crack it off. They can't even cut that. It's like, why choose the hardest metal in the world? I don't know. 'Cause I'm dusty. I'm weird.
Tungsten.
So we took the ring off. We took my watch off. And my hand was swollen. I took some ibuprofen. About 2 hours later, it's still not feeling better. So we put the kids to bed, and then I drove myself to the hospital.
Yeah.
And then had to check in the emergency room. Luckily, Ephraim wasn't busy at all, so not a rambunctious Friday night for Ephraim.
Okay,
except for me.
it's a slow night. Yeah, there comes Dusty with his tungsten ring.
Well, no, it was off by then.
Well, your wife's a doctor, right?
She is a pharmacist, but yes,
she does have a doctorate.
She does have a doctorate.
Did she call Dr. Wesley?
Yeah, you can call her that. Yeah.
Did she diagnose you? Was she like, this is probably broken? I mean, she's a pharmacist, so it's different than me. But like, did she?
So whenever I stick my hand out, and I could see like a fist. That's the thing. Like that's the good news. The ER doc said that like I still have the range of motion, but. Whenever I stuck my hand out, my ring finger knuckle was like, it was way different from my other hand. And so she was like, that's not good. And then, of course, what does Dusty do? He just thinks it's out of place. And so he just pulls on a little bit to see if he could pop it. And then that did not work. That was eye-watering. Yeah, it wasn't my brightest. So anyway, we put the kids to bed. I go, they take an x-ray, and they take another one. And they're like, yeah, you broke your metacarpal. And so then they splinted it. And then Saturday morning, my wife gets up early and goes run like a good human being. And then she comes back home, and I'm out there working on the treehouse again with my cast. And I'm trying to drill with this, like, my elbow. And so she texted my mom, and my mom was like, yeah, he's his father's son. And so then my dad comes out.
And he helped you a little bit?
No, he helped, not a little bit. He helped me a lot. Yeah. And then my wife was actually out there, too. She has some blisters on her hand from putting all this stuff on. Because we did not quit. We didn't quit until Monday afternoon, and whenever it was done. Because we got it up. We got it all together. There's still some... our neighbor came over and looked at it. His name's Robert. He's really smart as well. And he does more of this kind of stuff because I've never hung anything more than like a TV joke, a really heavy TV.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, I guess array speakers. I mean, those are good like 500 pounds, but it's like those are on steel. They come with instructions and brackets of how to do it, right? Not build a treehouse just based on life.
On what you're trying to do, like in your own head, envisioning.
Right. And so there was a lot of iffy spots, and Robert kind of pointed those out, so I'm going to correct those.
Okay.
But I mean, like we were, my wife, my kids, and I, we were eating up there on the tree.
Okay,
platform.
good. So,
yeah,
broken finger or not, right? Now, does this affect your work performance?
That's what the ER doc asked. She was like, "So what do you do?" And I was like, "Well, I install and design AV stuff." And she was like, "Oh, does that require your hands?" I was like, "Yeah, a little bit.
They're hanging 50-pound speakers or whatever on the top of a roof.
So I got a lot of proposals to work on. So we're doing Lincoln County Middle School today. So if you have, I think there's a volleyball game later this week. So hopefully we'll get it done by then.
Okay.
But so if you're in Lincoln County Middle School, you'll hear something new. But just know that I've been on the ground pointing at things while my guys have to do it.
Yeah.
And also be out there Thursday because our rental manager. This is how small of a company we are. Our rental manager is already scheduled off, so it's going to be Isaac and I out there for downtown downbeats. And there's like nobody else. So
great time to break your metacarpal.
Yeah,
that's a good better time.
So it's gonna be fun. We're still gonna have a good time, and I'm super excited because it's the downtown downbeats is by committee, right? Like I have to, hey, here's what I'm suggesting for this year's lineup, and I really pushed for a lady we're about to preview, which is Candy Jenkins. She is a Lexington native, so she's from Kentucky, and just a super sweet. Twangy sound to her, and I'm super excited to bring her to Danville because this is the one that I was really like, guys, this is like we can get her early because she used to go by the name Katie Tupin, and I think her Candy Jenkins is now her stage name. So Katie Tupin, I was part of her she had a solo career because before that she was with Houndmouth. And I really enjoyed all the songs that she did with Houndmouth.
Okay.
Then she stepped out, did a solo career as Katie Tupin, and then she was like, really, I don't want to deny my country roots anymore. And so she started as Candy Jenkins.
All right.
Kind of like Sturgill Simpson, now is going as Johnny Blue Sky, right?
Yeah.
And
so what is her real name?
I think it's Katie Tupin. I think. To be honest, I don't know. I don't know if that's a Wikipedia thing or if it's is her real name Katie Jenkins and her stage name was Katie Tupin? But anyway, so she's going to come. She's going to perform. Again, super excited to have her. So it's going to be a free show. And so I was on her Katie Tupin text message, right? And she was like, hey, I'm setting up a tour for Candy Jenkins. And then I was like, I just so happen to be booking some people. I was like, can we get you in here for this Thursday downtown Downbeats? Which got me in touch with her, I guess, manager? or agent.
Booking agent.
Booking agent, yeah, Greg.
Yeah.
Right, that's like a classic agent.
Has anyone known a bad Greg?
No.
All Gregs have known big guys.
Greg Begley, which is over at Beanie Furniture, awesome dude. I'm trying to think of other. Oh no, Greg. It's Jana's husband, Greg. He's a nice guy. He's a parole officer.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he's a super awesome dude.
Loves Greg.
Yeah. Everybody, that's the new show. Everybody loves Greg. But anyway, so yeah, we got a hold of her. This is like I said, this is gonna be an opportunity to see her for free because later it's gonna cost you money.
Downtown Beats. It's this Thursday.
Gonna
have a good weather for it. Kenny Jenkins, here she is.
Even though you said you never would. Have you spent a night in jail? I know that place is swell. And them officers, they alright. Sweet potato pie, honey, shut my mouth. Maybe I'm a cheap entertainer. Maybe there's something I'm okay with. Make you hoot and holler on $1 and a dime. If you're looking for a good time, meet me at the county line. Is money looking tight on a Friday night? And you need to find some fun somehow, where the country music's swinging and the whole bar is singing song of the South. Sweet potato pie, honey, shut my mouth. Maybe I'm just cheap.
Candy Jenkins in the country, or in the Kentucky Music Preview Spotlight. No, this give it the country.
Oh, yeah.
Comic
See,
Spotlight, too, or Music Spotlight, whatever.
that nice twang to it, right?
Yeah.
It's good times. And sweet potato pie, that's a nice Alabama
reference,
right?
Exactly right.
She also has a brand new song called Fayette County. And it's about a girl from Fayette County trying to make it big.
Okay.
And
like a biography song.
It's yeah.
I guess it'd be autobiography.
Yeah,
song.
I feel
Shorter
like I feel like there's definitely some truth to her lyrics that's in there, and it talks about like she tried to be somebody else, it wasn't working out, and finally she's just accepted and happy with who she is, and that she is enough as a girl from Fayette County.
Well, I love it.
Yeah, and there's a recent music video. I haven't seen the music video yet, but I did listen to the Fayette County song. It's I don't want to say it's a downer, but it's more mellow. Versus this is like, this will get you up and going because we need to get revved up after that nice long weekend.
So she'll be on the stage downtown Downbeat this Thursday. We're hoping for good weather. Candy Jenkins.
Like I said, if not on the outdoor stage, just keep up with the Great American Brass Band Festival Facebook page, our accounts and stuff. We'll let you know if we're just moving that event. So like we are very much trying to keep the event on that day despite the rain. We just might be in a different location. So you might just see me out there one-handed holding up a sign in the rain that says we moved.
Yeah, we moved this location for downtown Downbeat. Right. And I would say if it happened beforehand, we could announce it on the show that morning, but I didn't have to. Yeah, no, have to be 8 hours beforehand because I'm off the air at 10 o'clock, right? So,
well, we will assess, and I will definitely. You'll be my first one to text. I know you like to.
I'll put it on the news or something for you. Yeah,
and
we'll
also,
make it
if you're not doing anything Thursday, come out and see it. But that's the thing. I want a good turnout for this one because then she's going to tell other people like, "Hey, you need to go check out this Downbeat. It's a good crowd." I'm not saying the other crowd's been bad.
The last one you will have, right? Downtown for Jacksonville Press. It was a great crowd.
He had we a little clicker count. Actually, it's a little clicker that I got from Axe Body Spray back in the day.
Yeah,
it was
I remember you telling us about.
Yeah, it was like a little when girls smell you and you're supposed to keep count. That was a little sick. But very useful now because nobody smells me now. My cats. And so but JD had us so far. And so that's snowball effect, We're keeping it going. People had a good time. So come out and see Candy. It's going to be even better, in my opinion. No, it's JD, but it's just like, I'm just
you be positive. Yeah. We're going to continue to grow this thing.
Continue to grow it. And like the heads, if you show up and you tell your magistrates and you tell your city commissioner people, like, hey, we really enjoy this downtown. That's how we keep it going. Because if you don't show up and nobody's having a good time, then they're like, why are we giving money? Right? Not me personally, but the brass band festival.
So this Thursday, what time does it start?
It starts 7 o'clock. 6 o'clock is the event start, and that will be at Constitution Square. So we move from Constitution Square.
Which we debated on the show about sponsoring that stage.
Right.
The Joe Show stage at Constitution Park.
Or just the Joe stage.
Joe Show that anyway.
Joe Show stage? Yeah. We just
call it the Joe Show stage at Constitution Square.
Yeah. Just carve your name in it. Like,
how long's it's matched? Call it that. You're not sponsored, Joe.
So would you put like Joe Mathis plus what was Rebecca's maiden name?
Swihart.
Swihart. That's an awesome name.
You see here, you Hancock County, every other person's a Swihart.
I mean, man, she had to switch to Mathis. It's bland.
I don't know. I don't think Mathis bland.
I mean, compared to Swihart.
Yeah, in Hancock County, Swihart's bland.
Oh, okay. That's a fair point. I
think Mathis is. We've talked about this before with Rebecca. Mathis is one of those where it's not like what in the world that last name. No. It's not one of those you can pronounce it, but there's not many Mathises around here.
Mathis is very stately. Like I imagine, like Mr. Mathis, Sir Joe Mathis, right?
Yeah.
Versus Swihart sounds like. She was part of the Braveheart series. Like she's a rebellious person.
Exactly.
That's Swihart.
Exactly.
We're just like old Methodists. That's all we are.
That's exactly what I think about when I think what John would like.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, downtown Downbeat, come see it. Candy Jenkins this Thursday in your hometown. Like I'm bringing you the music. You don't have to go that far.
Just go downtown and watch it, listen, and order something to eat.
Yes, it'd be great.
All right, it's Tuesday with Stint.
I expect to see you there, Joe.
Sounds good. And Jaeger coming up next.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
At Monticello Bank, helping your business thrive is our business. We offer a variety of products designed to make banking easier. Whether your company is large or small, you can count on us to provide accounts, loans, and other services built around the way you do business, including e-deposit, our remote deposit capture system, and merchant processing. Speak with one of our representatives and let us help you solve your business financial needs today. Monticello Bank, where people matter. Member FDIC, equal housing lender on the Danville bypass.
Almost every small Kentucky town has a go-to restaurant. In Central Kentucky, it's the Bread of Life Cafe in Liberty. If you like a good buffet, you'll love the huge down-home cooking featuring 3 fully stocked buffet tables, or you can order off their extensive menu. You'll find something delicious for every person in the family at the Bread of Life Cafe. Visit the gift and sweet shop at the Bread of Life Cafe, 5 miles south of Liberty on Highway 127. Open till 8, Monday through Thursday, 9 Friday and Saturday. Feed your tummy and your soul with a stop at the Bread of Life Cafe and Buffet, 5 miles south of Liberty.
Graceland Air, a local HVAC company, offers a wide range of services and provides each customer with an effective and long-term solution in both heating and air conditioning repair. They're committed to excellence in every aspect, exceptional quality of service, high standard of integrity. You are the basis of their business, and they service all brands. Go online to Graceland-KY.com for more information.
You gotta go with Graceland. Graceland Air.
Ever notice how happy a bird looks perched on your power line? The reason the bird can sit on the power line is that he isn't touching the ground or any other grounded object. We, on the other hand, can't afford to be so carefree. So when you're working outside, the folks at your local electric cooperative remind you to avoid power lines. Always look up and to all sides before hoisting metal ladders and tree pruners into position. We're Kentucky's electric cooperatives, and our power is our people.
Intercounty Energy, a Touchstone Energy cooperative.
Welcome to the land of the free, where we pledge allegiance to the flag, salute racing's rich history, and raise a drink to the new gladiators who dare take on the last great Coliseum. The Bass Pro Shops Night Race NASCAR Playoff Weekend returns to Bristol Motor Speedway September 11th through the 13th. Put a weekend package at a camping spot and make it a weekend to remember. It's not just a night race, it's Bristol, baby.
You get a medal, and you get a medal, and you get a medal at the Titletown Turkey Trot, presented by Danville Office Equipment. Join us Thanksgiving morning at 8 o'clock for the biggest and most festive race Danville's ever seen. It includes a 1-mile gobble wobble run walk and the 5K run walk. All finishers get a long sleeve shirt and finisher's medal, presented by Bodner Roofing. Bodner Roofing is family owned and operated for more than 70 years. For dependable roofing service backed by decades of expertise, contact Bodner Roofing, 236-8308. And we'll see you Thanksgiving morning, 8 o'clock at Rebel Stadium for the Titletown Turkey Trot.
Lawson's Tractor 2, your local Kubota equipment dealer, wants to help you deliver a job done right. That's why they want you to know that the new Kubota inventory is arriving daily. You have work to do. They have the reliability and durability and versatile lineup to help you do it all. Visit Lawson's Tractor 2 today for all your equipment needs. Lawson's Tractor 2, 4 miles south of Danville on Highway 127, open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday, 8 to noon. Lawson's Tractor 2.
Planning a wedding? Paying for a wedding? Attending a wedding? Hi, this is Pim Pfister Clark with Wedding Planning with Pim, inviting you to join us Monday through Friday after the 8:30 morning news on WHIR AM 1230. I'll give you sound wedding planning advice and money-saving tips, information you need, and you'll get it all right here at your favorite radio station, WHIR AM 1230.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by
It's coming your way courtesy of our friends over at the Little Sign Shop. Our new owners and operators, they got you covered. Here's your sign, the Little Sign Shop. 238-7391. Mostly sunny. High today of 83, low tonight 57, sunny tomorrow and 83. Thursday, rain shower chances are possible and a high of 75. Friday, sunshine and 85. Right now, we are looking at 9:38 in the morning. 65 degrees, Tuesday, the second day of September. And we are so happy to have on the show Ann Yeager on a Tuesday with Stith. And to make this segment official, here's Jim Barman.
The following is a paid program.
Told you. And welcome onto the show.
I saw your birthday post with Jim.
Yeah. He had a birthday on Tuesday of last week. Jim did, yeah. 86, I think is what he is.
He's amazing.
Jim Barman.
Love him.
What's going on with Stith Funeral Home today?
Well, so last week we said we were going to talk about two things. Bye, Dusty. Do you remember what those two things were? I know one was cremation.
Yeah.
But we said, like, you literally held up two fingers. I have the memory of you holding up two fingers, saying we will talk about both of those next week, and I do not remember. I'm going to have to make notes, y'all.
I remember cremation was one of them. So let's talk about that. Okay. Maybe it'll come to us.
Let's talk about all the things cremation.
All right.
So that's the thing that always, like, surprises me. Is that all right, let me clear up a huge misnomer. Cremation is not a one and done. Like, you don't get to sidestep grief. You can try. But just because you have someone cremated and you think they're out of sight, out of mind, that does not alleviate your grief. The pain is still there. The hurt and the sadness is still there. In fact, that is the only downside I can tell you to cremation, is that I have more families that struggle longer because they either don't see the person, so they physiologically, psychologically don't move through the steps of grief, or they don't do anything, and then it's this weird thing kind of hanging out there, like unfinished business, that they struggle with. And I only know this because it's not families from like last year. It's families from like 15, 20 years ago.
Wow, yeah. And they think cremation is just kind of quick, easy. We won't shed many tears. Get it over with type thing.
It's always get it over with. Get it over with. Get it over with, and then I'll be able to move on. But the problem is that when you love someone that much, you don't just move on. It's physically impossible to just move on. There are very few people in the world, and they probably need, well, we all need therapy, but there's a plug for therapists. We all need therapy, y'all. None of us get off easy on that one. We're all a little screwed up in different ways. But when someone thinks that they can move on like that, and that someone that they love that much can just disappear from their life, that's a misnomer. That is not true. It does not work that way, unfortunately. I wish before that easy. Sometimes I wish I could take away people's hurt, but then if I took away their hurt, then they wouldn't have loved someone that much.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I have an interesting question about cremation that someone asked here. But this is related because it's on Ask Funeral Directors and it's about cremation, but I don't want to butt in.
Go ahead.
This is it's an interesting story. This happened in 2018, this person said, in Arizona, but again, we make this in Kentucky rules here. My mom died in her bed. She was 68. Her husband, which is the story goes on to figure out her husband is not this person's dad, so she is remarried.
Okay.
Her husband slept in a different bedroom to snoring. He discovered my mom, this person's mom. She was taken straight to the funeral home, no autopsy. I was recovering from a major surgery, unable to travel. Her husband decided she would be cremated. I lived 1,600 miles away. My brother lived 700 miles away. He drove 2 days, and when he arrived, get this, Ann Yeager, they refused to let him see her unless he paid a $200 viewing fee. Is that a thing?
Possibly at that funeral home.
Okay. This person said, I threatened to call the news outlets. Eventually, they gave in, and he saw her. She was frozen exactly how she was found. There was supposed to be a memorial service after I healed him. She said I was going through surgery. After I healed, there was supposed to be a memorial service. When I spoke to her husband last, I asked for some ashes to put in a necklace. He refused. He also said he was planning to combine his ashes with her. And this person said, my mom would not want that. Is that illegal? Well, he never got an urn. He has now disappeared. There was never a service. My mom deserved it. I cried about this often. I don't feel like she's really dead because of everything that happened. We talked about, being able to do this. Exactly, yeah.
So it's not illegal because so in Kentucky, we're legal next of kin states. So it would be up to her legal next of kin, which is something else they let me to talk about as I walked out of the funeral home as a declarant form. We can talk about that one.
See, there you go. So, I like these guys. So you come in, what do we have to talk about declarant form? Right.
So and that is hard. And I would tell that daughter to get with her brother or whoever it was that drove, and for them to have their own memorial service, either get with your homes up pictures, and have a way to remember for them and their families to come together to remember her mom. Because autopsies are rare. Autopsies don't happen. I don't know why everybody thinks that. Well, because of television. Everyone on television gets autopsy.
It's pretty pricey to get an autopsy, right?
A private autopsy, yes. So, but no one in real life, very few people in real life get autopsies. Let me say that again. Very few people. Like almost, I only have a handful of autopsies, less than 10 a year. Sometimes I don't even have a single autopsy in a year. And I have about 200 deaths in a year that I handle. So, think about that.
You're looking at 10 autopsies a year, 200 deaths for sitting on.
I haven't had one in probably over a year now.
Okay, I was going to do the math. That's 5%.
Or less.
Less 5% or less than autopsies.
So I probably have less than 5 a year. Okay.
You're looking at 2.5%.
Right. and so autopsies are not normal because most people die because of comorbidities. And I learned that most people don't know. Do you know what comorbidities are?
Yeah, well, no, she's not a nurse.
Well, she works for.
She's a social worker.
She's a social worker who works for in the healthcare
dialysis.
Yes.
Comorbidity would be something that, like, to me, would be like your genes almost, right? Like something that something's been working on you for a while.
So comorbidity would be like having high blood pressure, diabetes. Those are both comorbidities. Being overweight, having bad genes, like you just have the genetic predisposition for a certain health issue, being a smoker, being a drinker. All of those are comorbidities. Okay, so it means a morbidity is something that causes death. So when you have it increases or adds to your likelihood of death. So that's what happened during COVID, is you had a really bad strain of basically the flu.
Right.
And then you add in that you have diabetes, high blood pressure, any of those things. Most people die because of multiple reasons. So they had heart attack, plus they were overweight, plus maybe they smoked. Or they had COPD. So that's the thing everybody always asks me about COVID. Like, how many people have COVID? I'm like, during that time period, not a single person died of pneumonia, which every year I have multiple deaths due to pneumonia.
Yeah. But during COVID, it was all COVID. There was none that were
They might have had pneumonia too, but it was all it was COVID plus.
COVID.
Right, but and that's the thing is that that's why pneumonia can kill you, and pneumonia is fluid in the lungs. So a lot of people don't realize how many people die from pneumonia every year because you basically drown in your own body. It's terrible, but it can happen very fast. So, but when you have one or more of these, you can just literally your heart can stop beating in the middle of the night while you're asleep. My grandfather used to say, like, people die in the middle of the night sleep. You went to sleep, you went to bed, woke up on the streets of gold.
Yeah.
What could be better, right?
Pretty good way to go out.
Right. No long-term illness. Now, however, the big thing with that story that I see the big problem in is, yes, obviously the relationship between the stepfather and the stepchildren, and the stepchildren should have been able to see their mother. Or the children should have been able. I believe that everyone should see their loved one.
Right.
Even if I have to zoom you in.
What kind of power grab is that by someone to not let their own children see their own mother? I mean, that to me is like, that's insanity.
I've had it happen a handful of times.
Well, that's insanity.
It is.
That's ridiculous.
It's the cruelest thing you can do is to not let.
Like, who are you to say I can't see such and such after they've died?
Yeah.
Do they have that right, though?
They do. As a legal next of kin, they have.
They can say no one can see her?
Yep.
That's baloney.
So that's why you need a declarant form. Have all these instructions out in it. If you don't like your family, if you don't get along with someone, if your legal next of kin is not the person that you would want to make your final decisions, there is a form. It does not look like a state form, but it is a state form. A lot of lawyers aren't really familiar with it because they just had someone who did all of her pre-planning stuff, and she called me. Her lawyer said, call your funeral home and talk to them. And so she called and she was like, hey, I've got all this. And I was like, well, which one of the kids is going to be in charge? And she was like, oh, no. She was like, no, I put this all I was like, honey, none of that stuff will be, your will won't be probated until after you're dead, after your funeral. So I need who I have to listen to at the time of your death, the moment you die. Who do I listen to? And that would be she has 2 children, and she's divorced. I was like, so are you getting along with your kids? Because it's been a difficult relationship. And so she was like, well, yeah, I mean, my daughter get along great. My son, though, out of spite, might just, he's like, depends on if he's happy with his sister or not.
Okay.
And depends on if he thinks he's going to get money. Things
So
always go back to money.
I'd make the top next to
right,
can,
but they would be equals because because it's the 2 of them. They would be equals. I was like, okay, then you need to come and fill out a declarant form. You don't even have to name your daughter over your son. You can just give me what you want. We'll have it notarized, and then I can follow that form. And it takes the pressure off your daughter and alleviates a fight between your kids.
Yeah. So well, here's the question that this person ended up with. Is there anything I can do to find out where my mom's remains are, to obtain her remains after he passes? Now, she says he has no children, so his goal, he says, is to mix their ashes together, but he has no children.
Right, so somebody's going to have to be in charge, or he's going to end up, I don't know.
So that's what she's scared
She
of.
needs to track him down. She also needs to contact the funeral home who took care and find out if he picked them up.
How much information as a funeral gives somebody?
I can give basics. I can't give specifics. Like I couldn't tell you if he owed a balance. I couldn't tell you some of those kinds of things. But and a lot of times when we release ashes, we don't know where they go after that. You don't have to tell me by law. You don't have to do any of that stuff. And there's no way to register those or keep track of those. But that's why I'm always telling you I'll make a plan, because we had someone who got donated to Salvation Army here. One day when they were doing construction on Main Street, we had a guy hand Brian an urn, a little keepsake urn that he found, one of the construction guys found on Main Street. So have a plan for where your ashes are going and have this stuff written out ahead of time. Because if the mom had this stuff on file with the funeral home, at least there would have been a way for the kids to fight for part of those ashes.
Yeah.
So, having that written down could have alleviated some of this in that respect. She could have put one of her kids in charge over her, depending on the state laws in that state. She could have put one of her kids in charge over her husband. Or she could, in Kentucky, she could have had a declaration form that said, this is what I want to happen. And that would have alleviated
all this mess.
Yes.
Tuesdays with Sith, Tuesday morning at 9:35, right here on the Show. We got HIR Danville back after this to wrap up the conversation with Ann Yeager here on WHIR.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're dedicated to serving people 50 and up, like me. Our needs are different. Big Wireless wants us in an unlimited plan, but if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on affordable, reliable plans, including data that suits your needs, not ours. Our plans start at just $20, and you'll get the best customer service in the business.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
If you are 50 or older, it is recommended that you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia, a potentially serious bacterial lung disease that can disrupt your life for weeks. If you're an adult 19 to 49 with certain underlying medical conditions like asthma, diabetes, chronic heart disease, or COPD, vaccination is also recommended. Talk to your doctor about vaccination today and learn more at lung.org/protect yourself. Furnished by the American Lung Association in collaboration with Pfizer.
This Saturday, we're going to play Kentucky football. The Cats
Let's roll out the blue carpet for some guests from the heart of Dixie. Ole Miss Rebels and your Kentucky Wildcats.
The pregame show starts this Saturday at 1:30 with kickoff at 3:30.
It's all right here on your home for the Cats and the hits is WRNZ FM Z105.
You get a frantic call saying your grandchild is in trouble and they need help. You're asked to send money fast. Don't do it. I'm Adam Hopkins, security officer at Farmers National Bank. This is called the grandparents scam. Always check with family members or local authorities first.
It's back by popular demand. Free lunch in the office from Danville Lee's Famous Recipe and the Hometown Radio Network. Now, here's how it works. Every Tuesday in September and October, Hometown Radio will reward an office up to 20 two-piece chicken dinners and Lee's Famous Tea and deliver it to you on Wednesday. Simply email radio@hometownlive.net. That's radio@hometownlive.net. Why your office deserves free lunch. Free lunch in the office has returned. A service of Danville Lee's Famous Recipe and the Hometown Radio Network. Good luck.
For the cycling enthusiast, it's not a race, it's a journey. Start your journey at Danville Bike and Footwear and get ready for the cycling season with a new bike or a tune-up. Danville Bike and Footwear features both specialized and trek products and is now receiving shipments of new e-bikes. Come in and custom build your dream bike or refurbish that bike you've been waiting to ride all winter. Pedal on into Danville Bike and Footwear, located 417 West Main Street in beautiful downtown Danville, a place where adventure and comfort ride together.
Talk Kentucky Sports, weekday mornings at 10 with Matt Jones and Kentucky Sports Radio, right here on AM 1230 WHIR.
9:55 in the morning, and Yeager joins us on a Tuesday with Stiff. You talked about people, how you highly encourage people to see their loved ones after death.
Yes,
to
and
make
this is a situation that what we've been talking about. Yes, is a situation where she's struggling because she or he hasn't seen their mom.
Yeah.
And they don't know what to do. So I would tell them to go through all the same motions of planning a funeral service or planning a memorial service, because there are plenty of times we have memorial services without. But this is also why we encourage all of our families, even just privately. So, like, if that son had called me and said, I want to see my mom, I'd have been like, okay, come on over.
Go for it.
Let me just schedule a time, and
although
we'll be
in this
ready
case,
and
the
set
next
up.
of kin was trying to block it, it sounds like.
Right. I would have called the next of kin, and if he had told me no, I would have called and gotten permission. I would have done all the right steps. But then I really would have, but I'll fight for someone, not fight isn't the right word, but I will try to talk someone into this, because this is the last chance.
Yeah.
Once someone's cremated, there's no one doing that. And this could cause irreparable damage to someone's psyche, especially if there's someone who needs to see and needs to touch. Like children need to touch things. Just how their little psyches are built. That's why they drive you insane with all of the touching on the walls, and everywhere they go, they touch everything. It's also them figuring out their bodies and their sense of self in the world. So at the funeral home, children need to touch things. So before they touch someone who's died, I always have them touch the wall, because my wall and the person are going to be the same temperature. And so that prepares their mind when I tell them that for what they're going to do for touching the person.
Yeah. Let me ask you this.
Yes.
Real quick in a minute. The person says, I'm 17 years old, my uncle is dying. I've known one funeral before for a distant family member. They had no casket. For this one, however, it's most likely to be an open casket. I've never seen a lifeless body before, so how would you go about, the word, for lack of a term, how would you go about coaching this individual? And this person says, I'm scared of seeing a family relative. How do I manage this? What would you say to the young person?
Go talk to the funeral director and have them talk you through it. Okay. When you walk in the door, ask for the funeral director or the most senior funeral director there, and then explain the situation to them. And I can coach you through it. I can explain to you everything you're going to see and what's going to happen, and I can soften it all that way. And explain, knowing it's half the battle, knowing what you're going to see and what to expect. It's just a person. It's the same person you loved your whole life. That part doesn't change. It's the first time you've seen them without their spark, but it's the same person. That's why people kill me when they say, how do you handle dead bodies? I'm like, because they're all somebody loved one.
Yeah.
They're all someone's mom, dad, brother, sister, aunt, uncle. I think it was those people.
859-236-2113 is the phone number if you have any questions. 10th Funeral Home here in Danville and Junction City as well. And Yeager, appreciate you being on.
Y'all love people and have a great day.
There's that